Hello! Hello! Believe it or not, I'm on a completely different setup. And my new microphone, I'm on a PC. This is the first time I've ever streamed on a PC and not a laptop. I've actually streamed on a laptop this entire time, all these years. So, yeah, let's go. Oh, yeah! Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to respond. I did see that. I forgot to get back to you. Oh, I'll have to take a closer look afterwards. Oh, of course! But I think that's so cool that you're working on fan fiction for your Warrior of Light. I love that. Imagine streaming on a desktop PC. Lamau couldn't be me. Almost, wow, almost like you insisted I should go with this set. Funny how that works. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. Oh my gosh. Everything, I know you guys can't tell, but everything looks huge on this monitor I've got that I'm putting Umineko on. So this will be fun. It's just gonna be the world's biggest text boxes. And yes, it's good. It's good. It's just that since there's not much going on the screen, since it's a visual novel, it's like everything looks huge. You're on a, let me continue. Like, to me, these letters are about a good half an inch high in front of my face. Okay, anyway, yeah, Battler, you're too tall. You're all over this huge monitor in front of me. Anyway, so unfortunately last week, I was still on laptop and I was trying my new audio interface, and I don't know if that's why I crashed, but he's doing too much for acting all sad and edgy. I know. He's kind of like, oh, my sister's happy, I'm just gonna stand over here quietly. Like, nah, bitch, you're getting in on this. Say hi to your sister. I know, he broke your heart and everything, but still. Anyway, Drama Queen, exactly. Also, I'm screaming in the title because he's alive! Oh my god! Anyway, so last week, my computer crashed twice in the middle of streaming. Like, crashed, blue screen, died, everything. So, that happened at the end of, after the second time. I was like, you know what? That's it for the night. And, so I ended up back at... I figured I'd just start the scene over. Yes, it is. I started using sound alerts. Go ahead and redeem it. But, yeah, so, anyway, TLDR. Oh, you don't got enough right now? Man! Okay. If Alexi can run out of Goom Drops, none of y'all better be complaining that you got too many, okay? I know, I'm sorry. It was like big changes in my life. But I'm finally back. And I'm gonna start streaming 3 days a week. This will probably increase to 4, maybe even 5. I'm just seeing how it goes. Was it really 100 days? Can you tell? Dang, just like 100 Line Last Defense Academy, which I'm gonna stream after Umineko's over. And then after 100 Line, I've completed all 100 endings. Then I'll start Higurashi, and so Thursday will be the day of forever games. Anyway, yeah, so what I meant to say with the whole my PC crashing last week thing, we're rewinding a tiny bit. Stream 100 days a week? I don't know if it works like that. So, we're rewinding a bit. So I'm gonna redo the scene from here. That's what I meant to say. Definitely how it works. Yeah, I'm sure. If you're a endless witch, you'll have endless days of the week, I'm sure. Battler stood alone in the rose garden maze, letting the rain quietly fall on him. After searching for some time, Ange found him.
Oni-chan.
Oni-chan. Ange, who was feeling guilty, sensed anger in her brother's expression. So, thought he was going to hit her. He would never! They had a scene like this before. Bro, Ange, he's just gonna head pat you. Shut her eyes tight. However, her brother touched her softly. Girl, come on, of course. He loves you. He patted her head gently. See? This happened before. See? Oh wait, am I swear this happened before, but maybe I'm just getting deja vu because of my computer crashing. Oh well. That's probably what it is. Man, I knew this would mess me up. Alright. The truth wasn't anything important, was it? No, it wasn't.
Oni-chan wa konnani mo atataka na sekai de zutto watashi no kaeri o matte te kureta
noni. He's like Shadow the Hedgehog looking up at the rain, or there's that other meme. No, it wasn't. And though you were here, waiting for me to come home in such a warm world, I had my back turned the whole time. You learned the truth. Yeah. So, any hopes you had, someone miraculously surviving, coming back, have been crushed. Shut the fuck up! You're alive! You! Right there, you! You're alive, bitch! Why can't you tell that you're alive? This is why you're a, like, game board piece. You're a fucking punk. You're alive! However, you now have a new mission and a new hope to help you live in the future. You kept those precious hopes safe for me. And I opened the box with my own hands and let them all escape. It turned out worse than Pandora's box.
全てを空っぽにしてしまったのだから。
A truth I didn't need to know flew out of the box, along with all my hopes, leaving nothing inside but empty space.
いいさ。
That's okay.
開けちまったなら仕方ねえさ。
It's open now, and that's that.
それで空っぽなら後腐れがなくていいじゃねえか。
An empty box isn't so bad. It's a clean slate, fresh start. So, they're in the Golden Land, right? In the Golden Land, everybody who's dead isn't. So yeah, she's kind of dead, but she's, her spirit, I guess you could think of it that way, is with her family in the Golden Land at the moment. It's a clean slate, a fresh start.
下手な希望はかえってトゲになることもあるしな。
And anyway, if you're harboring false hopes, sometimes it's better to just pull out the thorn. She's dead for seeing the truth. The truth didn't kill her. More like she jumped from a building after she saw the truth. She was waiting to die until she saw the truth. I think Kinzo's here. I'm not sure. We'll see. Battler laughed heartily. I think he is here. But he's off partying somewhere, and it's just these two in this corner right now. Battler laughed heartily. Kinzo. Then, with that same smile on his face, he told her,
俺たちは
Hey, there you go, Alexi. We're already dead. Yeah.
ひょっとしたら生きてるかもしれないって希望がお前の12年間を生きる糧にしてくれた。
You've lived 12 years on the hope that we might still be alive. Right, it was his idea to hide from the goats in the Golden Land. That's right. It's been a while.
それはもう
Not anymore.
きれいさっぱり
That's
全部なしだ。
over and done with. Yeah,
分かってる。
I know.
これからの私は新しい人生に踏み出すわ。
Starting now, I'll step forward into a life.
ベアとは六軒島を猫箱に閉ざし、
Beato put Rokenjima in the cat box.
次の魔女のエヴァおばさんはその猫箱の蓋を生涯守った。
The next witch, Auntie Eva, guarded the lid of that cat box her whole life.
その次の魔女のお前はその蓋を開けちまったがだからって何だったんだ。
Isn't he like a bad person? I don't want him to get a happy ending. Yeah. But it's also, I mean, they're all... None of them really got happy endings, I think. It's more like Ange needs a happy ending. And, there was a lot of childhood memories of her family that she forgot when she was really, really little. And how the grandpa, Kinzo, he was actually nice to her. He was actually a doting grandfather, which is something that, you know, never, ever got written into any of the scenarios. But there's like elements about each person that got missed, or maybe they all treated Ange well. And she forgot in her grief and hearing the terrible stories from everyone else. Not to say he was a perfect person, he was a bad person, but you know, bad people can be nice to their grandkids. The witch after that was you, and you opened that lid. But so what?
過去の真実なんてどうでもいいことじゃねえか。
Why does the truth of the past matter?
ね
Yeah,
え、私はこれから真に生きる。
from now on, I'll truly live.
そして自分だけの真実を、結実
and I'll make my own personal truth prosper.
頑張れよ。
Good luck.
マリアージュ・ソルシエールの最後の魔女。
Final Witch of Mariage Sorcière.
マリアの魔導書を読んだぜ。
I've read Maria's grimoire.
あれはとてもいいことを書いた素晴らしい本だ。
It's a great book with some really good stuff written in it.
聖書だって翻訳がいる。
Even the Bible needs a translator.
ならマリアの魔導書にだって翻訳がいるだろう。
Though Maria's grimoire probably needs one too. Hey, cool Stella. Hey, Cece. Thank you for 34 months! Maria's mother, where is she? She's somewhere in that party. She's also partying it up in the Golden Land somewhere. Alright.
お前がそれを翻訳するんだ。
You will be that translator.
そしてかつてのお前と同じ境遇の子供たちに伝えてやれ。
Gotta teach it to kids who were in the position you once were.
それがお前の新しき未来の魔女の使命だ。
That's your mission as the new witch of the future. So, the lessons Maria tried to teach Ange that she was having trouble learning that like it takes two to make a world, but more that there's a magic where you can make your own happiness, even in bad circumstances, and so your own personal truth can be matters. It's not invalidated by bad things that happened to you in the past. I bet she ruined the party. Rosa or Ange? Either way, I'm like, well, fair. Yeah.
俺はいない。
I'm Ange. Shut the fuck up! You're alive, you bitch!
でもお前の後ろにいつだっていて見守ってるからな。
But I'll always be behind you, watching over you.
知ってるわ。
I know,
お兄ちゃんだけじゃないわ。
and not just you,
みんなも一緒よ。
everyone else too.
俺もみんなもずっとずっと永遠にお前を愛してる。
We all love you, and will love you forever and ever.
それを忘れるな。
Don't forget that.
忘れないわ。
I won't.
絶対。永遠に。
Never. Never ever. Ange leapt into Battler's chest and sobbed. Humans are sad creatures who can learn but not unlearn. He had already learned. It was a cruel, terrifying, merciless thing, capable of destroying even the miracle called hope. However, there was still one tiny fragment left gripped in her hand. Her family's love. If Ange could just remember that love and hold on to it tightly, then she could surely live on. She could stop herself from taking that single step to nothing.
六軒島の猫箱はまだ完全に開かれたわけじゃない。
Besides, the Rokenjima cat box hasn't yet been opened completely.
お前が中身を覗いちまっただけの話だ。
You've just taken a peek at what's inside.
だからお前が自ら蓋となれ。
Is there not like a hell in this world? Well, the supernatural stuff. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, the demons got pretty debunked. Turns out they were imaginary friends. Well, I'd say I still don't know what those parts were narratively. Like, there was a few times where Rosa got put through the ringer in like little side story things earlier on, and like in episodes 2 and 3. And I wonder what those are narratively. Those like putting Rosa in the Pararigler, you know. I don't know. But she has been put through hell. It has happened. There was one where Maria was killing her over and over. It was rough. You've just taken a peek at what's inside. Oh yeah, and then there's the other one where Beato like fed her own siblings. It was like Rosa's had some punishment, I guess you could say. It needs to be forever.
The giant enemy spider.
Alright, see, I got rid of the animations, so it's not taking up the entire screen like it was last week. The Rokenjima cat box hasn't yet been opened completely. You've just taken a peek at what's inside. So now, you must be the lid yourself.
そして今度はお前が猫箱の中のみんなを守るんだ。
Giant anime spider or enemy spider? I assume enemy spider, but anime spider would also be funny. And this time, you'll be the one to protect everyone inside the cat box.
俺や親父やキリエさん、いとこのみんなやおじさんたちおばさんたち。
Oh yes, I'm killing you. The Germa redeem. That would be good for Rowan to redeem. It's true. Me and Dad and Kirie-san, the cousins and the uncles and the aunts,
じいさまや
grandfather and the servants,
幻想の住人のみんなをな。
and all of the fantasy people. Yeah,
今度は私がみんなを守らなきゃ。
this time I have to protect everyone.
ならそれは急いだ方がいいんじゃない？
Then shouldn't you hurry up a bit? From the other side of a rose bush came the sound of a popcorn being eaten. It was Lambda Delta.
あんたも知ってると思うけど。
Isekai reincarnated as a spider and says, I'm a spider, so what? I'm not surprised that exists, but I'm also surprised that, but I am surprised that it's not a very long light novel title like I'm a high school student who got reincarnated as a spider, so what, you know? Oh, a girl protag. I like that, that's different. I'm a spider, so what? Though I'm a spider, so what? I think I'm a spider, so what is a little punchier. Okay. I'm pretty sure you know this.
ベルはもうじき一なる真実の書をパーティーで大公開するんだ。
Kumo desu ka nani ka? I'm pretty sure you know this, but Byrne is just about to hold a big party for the Book of the Single Truth.
会場には天国から地獄から異界から別世界からあらゆる世界の面々が集まってる。
He's gathered beings from heaven and from hell, from the spirit world and from parallel worlds.
そこで中身を公表されたらもう何もかも手遅れよ。
If she announces what's in that book in a place like that, it'll all be too late, won't it?
私行くわ。
I'm going.
ベルンカステルにあの鍵を渡してしまった。
She might be. She might be. Maybe she is. I'm going. I gave Burn Castle that key.
私の責任だわ。
It's my responsibility.
私が行って取り返してくる。
I'll go and bring it back.
図書の都にか。
The city of books, is it?
しかし入る方法がない。
But there's no way for us to get in.
あそこには結界があるんだ。
There's a barrier around that place.
あいつがこれをくれたの。
Gave me this.
これがあれば自由に出入りできるって。
With it, I can come and go as I please.
バカなやつね。
Yeah, they might have a cat fight in the middle of the party. That might be cool. And watch out. Don't let your balls get yanked. I'm trying to think of a better term for her hair ties. She gave me this, an AO3 login. She gave me this, an AO3 login. With it, I can come and go as I please to the city of books, the archive of our own. What an idiot.
私を捨てるとき回収を忘れたんだわ。
She forgot to collect it when she threw me away. And she fished through her pocket, and there was a jingling sound. It was a bell with a blue ribbon tied to it.
それよ。
That's it!
招待状と引き換えに渡される図書の都の臨時入館証。
One of those temporary entry passes that you get when you turn in your invitation.
それがあればとりあえず一人は図書の都に乗り込めるわね。
As long as you have that, at least one of you will be able to get into the city of books.
まあかけらの海を誰かが送ってくれればの話だけど。
Well, as long as someone takes you across the sea of fragments first. She gave me this. It's just a screenshot of Kurata going, I made this gun. Oh my god. It'd be funny if we could incorporate that screenshot somehow. Maybe I have to make a creative redeem into the stream. I mean, especially once I start streaming 100 lines. Well, as long as someone takes you across the sea of fragments first.
ラムダデルタ、
Lambda Delta,
私を図書の都に連れてって。
take me to the city of books. Take me to Portland, Oregon. Howl's city of books.
それが私の責任の取り方だわ。
This is my way of taking responsibility.
私が一なる真実の書の公開を食い止める。
I'll see that the book of the single truth isn't made public.
本気で言ってんの？
Are you serious?
あそこは化け物中の化け物の服までよ。
That place is a den of monsters among monsters.
ベルンの庇護を失ったあんたなんてハイ以下のハムシ扱い。
Now that you've lost Burn's protection, you'll be weaker than a fly.
ベチッと叩いて潰されておしまいよ。
You'll be smushed, and that'll be the end of you. The bell was stolen from Anja's hands.
ラムダデルタ、
Lambda
そ
Delta.
こには俺が行こ
I'll go there. Damn. Okay. Think you're gonna piss off your little
う。お前
sister.
は俺を送ってくれるだけでいい。
I just need you to take me and send me on my way.
どうせ俺は猫箱の中にしか存在できない虚無の存在だ。
I'm an empty creature anyway, unable to exist outside the cat box.
だがエンジは未来に生きなくちゃならない。
Ange, on the other hand, has to live on into the
そして
future.
お前だって未来ある存在だ。
And you're also a person with a
だから
future.
俺が行く。
So I'll go.
俺には何も失うものなんてないんだからな。
I have nothing to lose. Bro, you're married! No, I'm just
いいえ
kidding.
これは私の責任。そして私のけじめ。
No! This is my responsibility, my way of making up for what I did.
私が自らの手でやらなきゃ未来は何も変わらない。そして 未来の猫箱を何も救えない。
If I don't do it myself, the future won't change at all, and I won't be able to save the cat box of the future. Ange tried to snatch the bell from Battler's hand, but Battler had no intention of giving it up. Oh god, he's tall, so he's just lifting it up, isn't he? And she can't reach. The two of them were grimly serious, but from the sidelines it looked like an ordinary squabble between close siblings. Lambda Delta watched this conversation and shrugged. If she just had to take either one of them to the City of Books, she wouldn't have to make any enemies, and there was no risk to her. All she cared about was which one would make the story more interesting. Nothing else. But then, she finally noticed.
ストップ。
Hold on.
あんたたち、ちょっとストップ、ストッ
Hold on a sec, you two. Hold on.
プ。何よ、後にしてよ。
What's your problem? Save it for later.
今兄弟で大切な話をしてるんだ。
We're having an important sibling discussion here.
まずあんたたち、
Okay, first off,
その組み合ってる手を解きなさい。
let go of each other.
鈴はバトラが持ってるのね。
Battler's holding the bell now, right?
バトラ、跳ねてみて。
Jump, Battler.
跳ねる
Jump?
こうか。
Like this? Jingle, jingle. He rang the bell! And Rowan resubscribed for 33 months! I like that timing. Welcome in! Welcome!
次、エンジェ、
You next, Ange.
跳ねてみて。
Try jumping. Jingle, jingle.
なんで私まで。
Why me as well? Oh, she jingled too! She jangled! She jingled! Jingle, jingle. Huh?
どうして。
Why? If Battler was holding the bell, where did that sound come from? I know, this is a ZTD-ass trick. We're getting Uchikoshi in here. And hurriedly searched through her pockets. When she did, another blue ribboned bell came out of a different pocket than the first one. In secret, another was made.
それこれと同じ鈴だよな。
These are the same, aren't they? She got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle? I think so, Ange got that jingle, jangle, jingle! They're the same, aren't they?
そんな、
No way.
どうして二つ。
Why are there two?
私は。
It's getting out of hand. Now there are two of them. I was only given one of them.
どうしてかなんか知らないわ。
I don't know why. The morphogenetic field or some
で
shit.
もとにかくあんたは図書の都に入れる鈴を二つ持っている。
But the point is, you've got two bells that'll get you into the City of Books. Two bells!
よってあんたたちの仲睦まじいやりとりをこれ以上見ている必要
You're
がなく
telling
な
me
った
there
わ
are
け。
two bells we can use to enter the City of Books? Therefore, I don't have to sit here and watch the two of you play with each other anymore. The pair of them gripped their bells and looked at each other.
最初から
From the very beginning,
今回のゲームはあんたたち二人のものだわ。
this game has belonged to the two of you.
ただ対決するプレイヤーには若干の変更があったみたいね。
There's just been a slight change in who the opponent is. I hope that is explained at some point. It's gotta be some metaphysical bullshit like, there's maybe they both represent the same thing, so there's a possibility that both of them can go or something. There's been a slight change in who the
あ
opponent
んたたち
is.
二人が競い合うゲームじゃない。
This game isn't a competition between you two.
猫箱をめぐって蓋を閉ざそうとするバトラとエンジェと
You have a theory, but somehow still spoilers? Are you kidding me? Still spoilers? Well, there's also, they keep talking about the cat box, right? They keep making these Schrodinger's cat, comparisons. So, it's possible that, you know, there's a possibility where it's Battler who goes, and there's a possibility that it's Ange who goes, and now there's some quantum thing going on where they both can go at the same time. I don't know. It's probably something like that. Hey, Margin Shot, how are you? I'm back. It's a fight over the cat box, with you two who want to close the lid on one team, and Burn who wants it open on the other.
ヘンジはベルン側からバトラ側にチームを変更した。
Ange has moved from Burn's team to Battler's team. Pearl, I'm glad you picked it. Thank you. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Thank you. Kept looking up Schrodinger's cat, but no matter how much you read it, you never understand it. It's supposed to. It's like it gets misattributed a bit. It's a way to try to visualize quantum mechanics, because quantum mechanics are so weird that it's like really hard for people to visualize. Like I forget if it was like quarks or some kind of like quantum level particles. Their states change depending on if they're observed or not. And nothing else is like that. And it's a weird thing in science. So it's like something to try to visualize it. Like there's a cat in there. You don't know if it's alive or dead until you witness it. But until you witness it, it's in a state of both at the same time. Yeah, like that. The existence of still spoilers is killing you. We want to link you this Umineko image song so bad for our tabletop RP, but I can't because the channel has a thumbnail that's still spoilers? You're not messing that up in the final stretch. Are you kidding me? Quirks are like how your washing machine be like burr, 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 and you open the lid and it's like, whoa. I like that. I like that. Ange has moved from Burn's team to Battler's team.
それだけの話。
That's all there is to it.
ナムダデータ
Lambda Delta.
俺たち図書の都へ連れて行ってくれ
Take us to the city of books.
分かってるわよね。連れてくだけよ。
I hope you know I'm just taking you there.
あとは今度こそ感激者に徹するからね。
After that, I'm done being anything but a spectator.
あんたたちが図書の都で何をどう戦ってどうベルンにコテンパンにされるかをじっくりたっぷり間近で感激してるだけだからね。
I'm just gonna be sitting nearby and watching to see exactly how you fight, what you do, and how Burn is going to make mincemeat out of you both.
ナムダデルタ、ありがとう。
Lambda Delta, thank you. Like tsundere ass. It's like when you throw your socks in the washing machine and I can't know if the socks vanished until I open I guess so. Lambda Delta, thank you. Oh, things are getting spicier. Siege of the fleet. Pirate time? Pirates? Yarhar fiddle dee dee. There is one person in front of this door. Shannon and Kanon stood guard in front of the door to the Golden Land. They glared quietly and fearlessly at the entire fleet of ships across the horizon. Shannon slowly lifted her hands. Kanon also raised his right hand, and a blade that trailed red appeared there.
そこで止まってください。
Stop right there.
それ以上の接近を拒否します。
I forbid you to come any closer.
それ以上近寄れば切る
If you do, I'll kill you. They could see a single dinghy leave the fleet and approach them. They couldn't tell if it was a messenger or the first wave. Shannon and Kanon watched it cautiously. The head of that dinghy, rowed by goats, stood Erika! All right, Dan! It's Erika! The cat inside could be dead, but someone else could come along and say it's actually alive. I think it's more like... Oh, I guess there's another emote I need to add to my 17. The cat and crossbones is fun, isn't it? Like, oh, wait, no, it's a cat and chopsticks, because it's Burn Castle, and she loves eating with chopsticks, and so does she. Erika loves eating with chopsticks. That's her first scene, right? When she's in the at the dining scene in episode 5, she's like, chopsticks are superior, you know. That's what it is. It's a cat and chopsticks. That's so funny. I mean, I could be getting quantum mechanics wrong too. I'd say maybe look up some YouTube videos about quantum mechanics. Anyway, the head of that dinghy rowed by goats stood Erika. Where had she gotten that headgear from? Maybe she was trying to act the part of the fleet's leader. The object on top of Erika's head, as she glared at them with an audacious smile, appeared to be a pirate hat.
最後通帳に参りました。
I've come to deliver our terms.
交渉余地のあるものです。
There will be room for negotiation.
開門してください。
Please open the gate. Shannon and Kanon looked at each other. Erika was the one offering this deal. It wasn't likely to be anything agreeable. However, if they turned her away, the attack would probably begin at once. Yeah, that someone is the observer, right? So it's like the scientist who's trying to study the quartz, right? But, the state of them changes when they're observed. Something like that. However, if they turned her away, the attack would probably begin at once. I think it's like... Maybe you could think of it like an on-off switch. You can only flick it in one direction or the other. And maybe there's one that's automatically flipping on and off, but you don't know which one it's at. And if you observe it, it's like either on or it's off. But there is a quantum state where it's on and off at the same time. Like both switches are turned on at once, which doesn't make any sense to humans and how we perceive the world, right? But this is on such a tiny level that stuff like that starts to get weird. But when we try to look at it, we can't. We look at it, the switch is only on or off. We can't actually look at when it's both on and off. I think that's what it's like. Since they were in a firmly inferior position, they wanted to buy time by any means they could. At Shannon's nod, Kanon erased his sword. The Golden Land was filled with a hard downpour accompanied by occasional thunder. Realizing that this weather spoke for their emotions, Erika smiled even more boldly. At the center of the Golden Land was the arbor surrounded by the Golden Rose Garden. A large number of humans and fantasy creatures were there, arguing about something. Even without asking, it was easy to guess the nature of the debate by their anguished expressions. After all, in this life or death situation, they didn't have many options they could take. Hey, B, what's up? In the direction Erika was being led, with her goat guards alongside her, Beato stood waiting, accompanied by the Chester sisters' troops. Me? Oh, I just did my move. It has been a hot minute. That was like big, complicated move, and I'm still adjusting to my new place. I'm actually on a completely new setup. I've been streaming on a laptop all this time, but this stream today, for the first time, I'm on a PC streaming. Like everybody else. Thank you. It's also temporary. It's Dan's old PC. But it'll do in the meantime. We decided to do this because I have a new audio interface, and something about that was making my laptop crash twice last week. So, it looks like nothing's happening so far, you know, knock on wood. What do you mean the famous potato? Because I missed Umineko. It has been years. Well, I did stream last Thursday. The one that can't run, Lethal Company, Dan's old PC. Yes, that one. It's a stopgap. I have a capture card, you know, for most of my console games that I would be playing on it. Yes, the ancient potato. But I think it could be possible that if I wanted to do stuff like Lethal Company that this computer is allergic to, I could set up my laptop as like a dual PC setup. It'll be very cursed, but I think I can make it work in the interim, at least until we get, you know, a new PC, a shiny streamer PC funded or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just gonna do my best. I got, you know, working on towards my VTuber debut, and I'll see how it goes on the potato computer. I'm doing my best over here. All right. Anyway, Erika's a pirate. How close am I to the end? I should be pretty close. I should be pretty close to the end of the game. What do you guys think, who have played this before? I mean, the Erika is driving a pirate ship upon everybody. Can only hope so. Oh, well, the thing is this version of the game I have has it's been so long. I know. I've got let's look. 397 hours into the game. When did I start? I started in no, not I didn't start Umineko in 2022. That was 2024. Right? Or was it November 2023? That would be frightening. This is chapter 40. Okay. It's been a year and some months. Yeah. It didn't help that I was gone for 2 months moving, you know. Right. In the direction Erika was being led, with her goat guards alongside her, Beato stood waiting, accompanied by the Chester sisters' troops. I have less than 10 chapters left by LP archive standards. including the tea party and question mark segments. Ooh, so I am pretty close, right? I do remember them. I sure do. It's Chester, Chester, and Chester. Noticing Beato, Erika gave a bow that at least appeared graceful. Beato followed suit and gave the sort of graceful bow that was rarely seen from her. Ooh. I am Beatrice, the golden and endless witch and master of the Golden Land. Damn near everything. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this has a whole bunch of extra content that I think people who've beaten the game often have not seen. So, Rip 556, your GF still misses you. So true. Rosa bashed her head open on the side on a wall. Damn. We gotta read the one where Ange Fujo's out? Ange does? Hello? Oh, there's a side thing for 556? Oh my god, I gotta see how many of these damn things there are once I finish the game. Which, oh, what? Oh, Beato, what are you oh, did it? Or is it just too quiet? Let me see. I'm logged in to mix it up. Okay. Oh, wait a second. I might need to do the, on. Yeah, is Mix It Up working? I knew there had to be something screwed up. Point. Where is it? Okay, channel points. Here we go. Oh, test isn't working. Yeah, Mix It Up is effed up. Hold on. Okay. You know, I'll try to fix it next time I'm on break. In the meantime, the ones that use Mix It Up that aren't working at the moment, because I knew there had to be something, because I just moved everything to a PC, and so lots of things we were patching up, and so so I had to have missed something, right? Right, so Cackle, Oh Beatrice, and Welcome should be not working right now, but I think everything else does. Okay, I hydrated. Announce yourself. As though hinting that she was more than ready to go through with this farce, Beato introduced herself boldly and requested that Erika do the same. We have been dispatched from the great witch of theater-going, drama, and spectating's noble city of carefully selected books. I am the Witch of Truth, the commander of the library fleet, which is committed to bestowing honor and protection to books. My name is Furudo Erika. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. That was a little too much of a formal introduction. Shall we get down to business? You ought to celebrate.
我ら図書に名誉と保護を与えし司書の艦隊はあなた方に名誉ある朗報をもって参上しました。
We of the library fleet, dedicated to offering honor and protection to books, have come to bring good news to you all. Get down to business to defeat the Huns. I was stopping myself. I was like, I could do it. But then I was like, Beato, I liked her decorum in this scene. I'm like, I have to maintain Beato's decorum. But it was in my head.
一つ
First,
図書の都は無限の魔女ベアトリーチェによって生み出されたゲーム版を名誉ある厳選されたる図書に認定されましたことを報告いたします。
I would like to announce that after careful selection, the City of Books has acknowledged and accepted the game board, created by the Endless Witch Beatrice, as a great and honorable book. Umineko is a great book. We're adding it to the Library of Congress. Oh,
それは名誉なことで
that is indeed a great honor.
このゲーム版は非常に興味深くかつ独創的で研究価値の高いものです。
This game board is a profoundly entertaining and original masterpiece, worthy of close study. We're going to be teaching Umineko in college classes.
すべての市民に公開される価値のあるものです。
It deserves to be released for all of our subjects to read.
よって図書の都は我らにこのゲーム版に永遠の名誉と保護を与えることを命ぜられました。
And so, the City of Books has ordered us to grant eternal honor and protection to this game board.
くどいしない
This is all quite long and boring.
とっとと本題を入れ
Get to the point.
本ゲーム版のすべてを名誉ある図書の都に譲渡することを要求します。
We demand that you hand the entirety of this game board over to the honorable City of Books.
これは本ゲーム版とそのコマンドにとって最高の名誉と保護です。
Doing so will give this board and its pieces the greatest honor and protection imaginable.
嫌だと言って
And if we refuse,
すべての市民に共有されるべき名誉文化を私的独占する罪で告発されます。
you will be prosecuted for the crime of monopolizing a great cultural artifact that ought to be shared among all of our subjects.
我々はあなたに対しすべての市民の権利と利益を保護するため攻撃を開始することを通告します。
We are here to notify you of the impending assault, one which will be waged by us to protect the benefits that are the rightful property of all subjects, not yours alone.
その攻撃で市民の共有財産が破壊されるのは構わぬ
Are you not concerned that the shared property of all subjects might be destroyed in this assault of yours?
名誉図書保護法の規定により名誉文化私的独占を犯す犯罪者がこれを盾に籠城を試みる場合
According to the Great Library Protective... Let me try that again. Let me drink some water. According to the Great Library Protective Regulations, should a criminal guilty of monopolization of a cultural artifact attempt to hold the aforementioned hostage in a refusal to surrender,
執行官隊は大法院の許可を得て保護より逮捕を優先することが許されます。
the executive fleet may prioritize arrest over its protective duties, provided that they obtain permission from the Great Court.
もちろんすでに大法院の許可状はこちらにございます。
Of course, we have already obtained the Great Court's written authorization.
ついでにその逮捕は生死を問わぬと書いてありそう
I imagine the word arrest is closely followed by dead or alive. Am I right?
ほら
My, my.
よくこんな小さい文字が読めますね。
I'm impressed that you can read those tiny letters.
では茶番は以上です。
Now, enough fooling
ぶっ
around.
ちゃけどうします？
Let's hear your answer.
そなたの要求を飲むとどのような利点があると
What do we have to gain by accepting your conditions?
お互い無駄な仕事をしなくて済みます。
Both of us will be saved a troublesome task.
そしてあなたの勇敢にして名誉ある行為は図書の都にて誉れ高く終章に記されるでしょう。
Furthermore, your brave and noble acts will be written down as a glorious final chapter in the City of Books.
分かってますよね。
You do understand, right? Oh, is she like walking around her doing the surround thing?
あなたが
Circling her like a shark? You have no chance of winning.
これは戦いですよね。
This won't even be a fight.
井戸の底で上を見上げるあなたに石をぶつけるだけの一方的なものなのですから。
It will just be you sitting there at the bottom of a well, looking up at the rocks being dropped on you.
わらわに選べない。図書館の魔女たちがわらわの最後をいかに記すかだけという。
No, you claim that my only option is to decide how the library witches write of my final moments. Yeah, your heroic acts will be honored, aka we're shooting you either way.
あとはあなた次第です。
The rest is up to you.
もしあなたがこのゲーム版を愛おしく思うなら、
If you treasure this game board, you ought to surrender.
駒たちは末永く大勢の市民に愛され、その役目を永遠に続けることができるでしょう。
The pieces will be treasured by our many subjects for all time, and will be able to continue their roles on into eternity.
つまりは好き放題に生み出した惨劇を永遠に繰り返すという。
In other words, the tragedies I created at will shall continue forevermore.
あんたがしてきたことと何か違うの？
How is that any different from what you've been doing so far?
ない。
It isn't.
以上か。
Is there anything else?
ならばわらわの答えを聞かせる。
If not, allow me to give you my answer.
どうする？
Go ahead. Erika tensed slightly. After all, this was the great Lady Beatrice she was dealing with. She might shout, "Here is my answer," dramatically and do something crazy. They say a cornered rat is the most dangerous. Oh, is this why they started calling her a rat? Like the memes? Furthermore, Erika had intel telling her that the great Lady Lambda Delta, Witch of the Senate, had been spending her time inside the Golden Land, though only as a theater goer. Erika needed to carry out this noble task that her master had assigned her, and she had to carry it out perfectly. If she was honest, she wanted to make Beato raise a white flag, even by trickery if necessary. So, even though this was a farce, she held back from giving any unneeded provocation. She gulped and tried to size Beato up. And then, with a pathetic expression on her face, Beato let out a sigh.
素直に言う。
I'll be honest.
わらわはもう疲れた。
The truth is, I am tired.
それはどういう意味です？
What do you mean by that?
わらわのゲームはバトラとの戦いを終えた時点ですでにその目的を終えている。
My game had already achieved its purpose when my fight with Battler ended.
なのにその後の都合で何度もゲームが繰り返されたのだ。
And yet, for various reasons, the game has repeated several times since then.
わらわは正直もう疲れている。
To be perfectly honest, I am tired of it. Can Umineko fucking end already?
正直全く想像していないお返事でした。
To be honest, I certainly didn't expect that
で
answer.
は降伏なさると？
So, you want to surrender?
本気で？
Really?
ぶっちゃけるとどっちでもよい。
Simply put, I don't care either way.
降伏でもそなたらに討ち取られるのでもどっちでもよい。
It doesn't matter whether I surrender or whether we're vanquished by you.
わらわは誰の手であっても構わぬから このゲーム版とその物語が幕を下ろすことを望んでいる。
I simply wish to have the curtain closed on this game board and tale, regardless of who does the deed. Of course, that was a lie. She knew she couldn't win even if she fought. For now, their best option was to play for time. They would fix Erika's attention to this spot, and during that time, Battler and the others would steal the key from Burncastle while she was completely off her guard. Once they had the key, they would return to the Golden Land, use that key to let Ange open the door to the future, and see her off. That was their goal. Everything after that would be inside the cat box. Yeah, but what if I want to see you guys get vanquished? No, I'm just kidding. Ange would live on into the future with hope. No one would know whether Beato and the others were alive or dead. That was enough. The only strategy Beato and the others could use to achieve this was to buy time.
降伏してくれるなら拍子抜けではありますが、私も手間が省けて助かります。
If you do surrender, it may be a bit of an anticlimax, but it will save me a lot of trouble.
ところがそう綺麗にはいかんのだ。
But, well, it's not so simple.
そのだな、ここだけの話なのだが。
You see, and this is just between you and me,
そなたも存じておろうが、大ラムダデルタ教がご滞在されている。
as you may know, the great Lady Lambda Delta is staying here.
今日我らにドラマチックなクライマックスを提供せよとな。
She is, you see, pushing us to show her a dramatic climax.
それはひどいわがままですね。
That's a pretty cruel whim to force on someone.
10万の兵力を要する我が艦隊にすでに解き終えたパズルみたいな絞りかすのあんたたちがほんの数十人で。
How are a few wimpy people like you, the dregs of an already solved puzzle, supposed to fight against our fleet
どう抵抗させようというのです？
with its hundreds of thousands of troops?
そうなのだ、そうなのだ。
Very true, very true.
戦力差は圧倒的。
The gap in strength is overwhelming.
戦いにさえならぬと我らは言っておるのだがな。
Told her that it wouldn't even be a fight, but... well...
ラムダデルタ教が彼女の友人たちを集めて共闘するから徹底抗戦せよと言って聞かぬのだ。
Lady Lambda Delta didn't listen, and just said she would bring some of her friends to support us. So we should fight with everything we had. Negotiating with Mars, like in the tabletop, yeah.
ラムダデルタ教のご友人？
Lady Lambda Delta's friend. Unlike Burncastle, who kept to herself, Lambda Delta had many friends. Damn! They just said, Burncastle, you have no fucking friends except for Lambda Delta. Her friends and patrons were all formidable, including monsters that had become legends in their own lifetimes and territory lords commanding vast influence over their respective domains. In all seriousness, her fan club, as she so called it, had enough size and influence that no one would have been overly surprised if it had suddenly declared itself an independent nation right in the middle of the Sea of Fragments. Uh-oh, the Lambdies.
困ったことにラムダデルタ教はやる気満々でな。
To our dismay, Lady Lambda Delta is very much ready for action.
さっきから勝手に各地に電話を繰り返し友人知人を呼びつけておるのだ。
Without any regard for us, she keeps calling up friends and acquaintances on the phone from all over the place, telling them to come over. Of course, this was all a lie. Lambda Delta had turned into a small candy comet and was now shooting towards the City of Books with Battler and Ange in tow. So, to make sure that Lambda Delta's and Battler's absences were not noticed, Everyone was crowded around the arbor, pretending to argue furiously with each other.
バトル様、ご決断を。
Bachelor-sama, give us your decision.
我ら煉獄の七姉妹、いつでも死ぬ覚悟はできております。
We, the Seven Sisters of Purgatory, are prepared for death at any time.
玉砕には反対だ。
I firmly oppose taking a last stand that would lead to our deaths.
死んで咲く果実などありませんよ。
What could possibly be gained by dying?
あなたは腰抜けです。
How can you be such a coward? Damn, letting him have it. Pretend. Let's go Natsuhi.
生きて領収の恥ずかしめを受けるなど考えられません。
It is inconceivable that we should live on in shame as prisoners.
生きてこそチャンスを待てることもあります。
There are times when the mere fact of being alive gives one opportunities.
そうですとも。
Yes, indeed. You just agreed with yourself, girl.
短気は損気とも申します。
Short temper makes a bad leader.
ナトラ、男ならばしっと決めろい。
Battler, you call yourself a man, now's the time to act like one.
大ラムダデルタ様が力を貸してくれるってんだろ。
The great Lambda Delta-sama is even willing to help out, right?
どうかや。
I agree.
男には決断の時があるんやで。
These are the times when a man has to make a tough decision.
決断は
Dad!
選んだ内容よりも選んだ時を称賛されることもございます。
Many cases, timing of it.
Thank you. Oh, wait. You started cutting out because of my noise gate.
Dang it.
You have to aim in front.
Yes. In many cases, the timing of it is more valuable than the decision itself.
Nice. Good job.
降伏すれば乱暴はしないかも。
If we surrender, they may not be violent.
そんなことあるわけないわよ。
You can't be serious.
あんたそれでもオスラよ。
Weren't you supposed to be a lion and a male one too?
牙はどこに行ったのよ。
Where are your fangs now?
どうせ死ぬなら豚としてでなく狼として死ぬ。
Death awaits us regardless. I would rather die as a wolf than as a pig. Girl, you are sloth. What are you talking about?
あんたバカ。
Are you stupid?
そういうのを犬死にって言うのよ。
Are you saying you want to die like a dog?
ラムダデルタさんの呼び寄せる援軍の力次第ですな。
It all depends on this. I forgot Nanjo was here. It all depends on the strength of the support Lambda Delta-san can provide.
ラムダデルタさん、
Lambda Delta-san,
本当にあなたのお友達はあいつらに勝てるだけの力があるの？
are your friends really strong enough to win against them?
賭けね。
It's a gamble.
降伏して死ぬか、賭けに出て敗れて死ぬか。
Do we surrender and die? Or do we take the gamble and die by losing?
あら、
Interesting.
なら賭けに出た方が生き残れる可能性は高いってことになるわ。
In that case, our chances for survival must be higher if we gamble on it. PDA like, let's go gambling.
大法院は名誉ある降伏には慈悲を与えるでしょう。
An honorable surrender will surely cause the great court to show mercy. Mirinda! No, I haven't. I was gone for so long because I was moving. But yeah, I'm back. I was gone for 2 months. Sorry about that, but yeah. Inappropriate to ask you about redacted. Damn it! Let's go gambling. Aw, dang it. Aw, dang it. Redacted. Yeah, even the CA here was like, I can't tell you about this and that because it's still spoilers. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But yeah, no worries, Mirinda. We are not finished. Not quite. Oh, great. What the heck, you guys? You even know exactly which redacted that is? Man. An honorable surrender will surely cause the great court to show mercy. Yes, That's what it was. I was moving. But surprise, more content. Let's go. How's the new place? Crowded full of boxes still. I need to slowly hack away at it. But it's good. It's way too quiet and sleepy down here in a good way that I keep sleeping a lot instead of unpacking. But that's good, right? I mean, that means it's cozy. Oh boy, oh boy. You mean it wasn't any kind of pirate hat? That's what I was assuming. You were like, oh, I can't show the character song because it's got any kind of pirate hat. I guess it was something else. Oh, that's you, sorry.
Backed by the Senate, aren't they? Sure, they'll hem and haw. We'll all see the guilt at the end.
とにかく皆さん冷静に。
Dan, what do you think their redacted is that I'm about to learn about?
I don't know.
There you go. I don't know.
Look, I'm still waiting for everyone to die, and then Ange comes back and she revives them all because that's her power.
Oh! So she found out her family's mass-produced like Sakutaro.
Yes.
Anyway, let's all calm down.
That's why there's so many of them.
Cool your heads.
私はことを荒立てることには反対です。
I'm opposed to letting our emotions control us.
君こそ冷静になるべきじゃないかい。
Why don't you calm down first? Shut the fuck up, George. I know this is a fake argument, but I'm like... Don't you say shit to Leon. Oh my god. We have another possible strategy. Mutually assured destruction.
仮に勝てないにせよ。こちらもただで済ます気はないという戦略は相手への抑止になるよ。
We might not be able to win, but if we can convince them that we plan on taking enough of them with us, that might force our opponents to show restraint.
つまりよ。
Basically.
そっちがやる気なら、こっちもただじゃ死なねえぜって。
George is so good. He can make you angry even during fake arguments. Such power. You got a point there. Unfortunately. They're gonna pick a fight. We'll let them know we aren't going down without doing some damage first.
ラムダデルタの友達はみんなすごいよ。
All of Lambda Delta's friends are incredible.
みんなすごい伝説と武勇伝を持つすっごい魔女や怪物、悪魔や神様がいっぱいなんだから。
She knows lots and lots of witches, beasts, demons, and gods, all of which have really, really huge legends and histories.
あんなお船が星と同じ数を並べていたって一息で吹き飛ばしてしまうよ。
Even if those ships outnumbered the stars in the sky, Lambda Delta's friends would wipe them out in a single blast. Will this really work? She hasn't seen through our act yet, has she? It is working. You must speak more forcefully as well. Hold on. Will this really work? She doesn't see. Yeah, shut up. Yeah, shut up, Goda. Play along. Do not worry about politeness. Enough, you gutless swine! Do you lack the backbone to finish with a bang? Hold on! Don't forget that some of us are opposed to fighting. I think we should surrender.
何
What?
こうだこの敗北主義者め
Goda, you defeatist fool!
親方様演技出すのであいたたたたたた
Oh, ouch, my lord! It's just an act.
Ow, ouch, my lord, it's just an act.
Well, it looks like the debate has gotten quite heated.
私たちは降伏かしら
Will we surrender?
当選かしらどうなのかし
Or will we fight back? Which will it be?
らそれは誰にもわからない
Nobody knows.
個人的にはわらわは降伏を望んでいる。
Personally speaking, I would like to surrender.
どうせ役目を終えるのならせめて自分が生み出したこのゲーム版はそのままに保存されることを望む。
If my purpose is to come to an end in any event, I would prefer that my game board be preserved the way I made it.
もうこれ以上わらわのゲーム版をラムダデルタ教に好き放題されるのはごめんな
I
の。
could not bear to have Lady Lambda Delta continue to use it however she pleases.
こちらこそごめんです。
We don't want that either.
あんたとは戦いに来ましたが、ラムダデルタ教のご友人は私の相手の度を超えます。
I came here to fight you. But I'm no match for Lady Lambda Delta's friends. Secretly, Erika was getting worried at these complicated developments. And she was relieved that she hadn't pushed too hard earlier on. She wanted to curry favor with Beato and end this with a bloodless takeover. Even the great Lady Lambda Delta probably wouldn't seriously think of picking a fight with the Senate. Her motive was probably something much more trivial. A simple desire to watch the game board's final fireworks from a front row seat. However, if she really did have some fireworks of her own prepared, it was at least possible that this could turn into a ruckus that Erika would have no chance of quelling. Beato saw all of this going on in Erika's mind, so she continued to act with an even more pathetic expression on her face. Oh my god. The neighbors are cooking something and it smells so good. So she continued to act with an even more pathetic expression on her face. Even among witches, her acting ability was top-notch.
そなたもどうか力を貸してはくれぬか。
Might you be willing to lend us some of your strength?
わらわのゲーム版が美しい姿のまま保存されるように。
So that my game board's beauty will be preserved.
やはりあの賑やかな御人を客人として招いたのは失敗だった。
Yes, it was a great error to invite that busybody as a guest.
ほうほうほうほう。
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
わかりました。
Haha. I like how it was just like haha dot 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 in the translation. I understand.
私もことを荒立てずに済むならそうしたいです。
I'd like to end this quietly too if I can.
で、私はどのような協力をすれば？
So, how can we work together?
わらわたちはさっきから降伏か降戦か議論を続けている。
For some time now, we have been arguing over whether we should surrender or resist.
わらはもうそれに戻り降伏を主張し、ラムダデルタ教にこのゲーム版を壊してしまうような大騒ぎはやめてほしいと頼むつもりだ。
I intend to return to the debate myself to propose that we surrender and ask Lady Lambda Delta not to do anything that might destroy the game board.
それは助かります。
That would please me very much.
で、どうすると？
So, what should I do?
わらわたちに議論の時間を保証してほしい。
I would like you to guarantee that we have the necessary time to debate the matter.
なりしろそなたらの船がぐるりと取り囲み 圧しているのだから
After all, your ships are surrounding and pressuring us at the moment.
いつ攻撃されるかもわからぬと緊張感に耐えかねてみんな破れかぶれになっておる。
Everyone is so tense at the thought that we might be attacked at any time. Everyone is so tense at the thought that we might be attacked. Oh my god.
Water.
Everyone is so tense at the thought that we may be attacked at any time that they're falling apart. Burncastle's the one who wants to preserve the game board, and they're worried Lambda Delta destroying it, but maybe that is the point. What? I mean, this is for pretend, right? But still, maybe so. Interesting. So if you guarantee that we will have enough time to discuss this amongst ourselves, everyone will surely be able to keep their composure during that time.
我らもラムダデルタ卿を説得できる十分な時間を得られる。
Furthermore, I will have enough time to convince Lady Lambda Delta.
いいでしょ
Very well.
う。時間はいかほど必要です？
About how long do you need?
できれば気前よく無制限とはいかぬか。
Would you be gracious and avoid giving a specific time limit?
期限があれば結局は残り時間が少なくなるとまたみんな破れかぶれになり過激な意見に統一されてしまう。
If a time limit is imposed, everyone will just fall apart again as the limit nears, possibly leading to an agitated decision.
そりゃそうですね。
You have a point there.
導火線で大事なのは火がついているかいないかです。
The most important thing about a fuse is whether it's lit or not.
その議論
It's
の
lit.
前に導火線の長さなどどうでもいいことでしょうから。
The length of the fuse is a trivial matter.
ではしばし時間をもらえるか。
In that case, will you give us the time we need?
わかりました。
Understood.
議論の時間を保証します。
I guarantee that you will have time to discuss it. Oh, Pog?
無期限ではありません。
However, that time will not be unlimited. Damn.
私はここで皆さんの議論を聞きながら待たせ
I
て
will
もらい
wait
ます。
here and listen in on your discussion. No, girl!
それが
We need to make her buzz off.
そうだな。
Buzz off, Erika.
そなたの姿が見えていてはやはりみんな緊張してしまって。
Well, as far as that goes, it is true that your mere presence here has everyone on edge.
私はすでに譲歩をしました。
I have already made my
今
concessions.
度はあなたが私に譲歩をする番ではありませんか？
Isn't it your turn now? Uh-oh. Yeah-oh. They were some distance away from the arbor, but still just about close enough that one could get a general idea of what was going on. It might just barely be possible to hide the fact that Battler and Lambda Delta were missing. To convincingly pretend to be enraged in a white-hot argument and gridlock. Oh, curses, we are nowhere near redacted. I was hoping you'd be able to do redacted, but I think I may need to miss it. Oh no! Great. Well, it might, maybe it'll be next Thursday. Maybe you'll be able to catch it. I'm still getting back to the swing of things. I'm actually already getting a little tired. Still getting used to everything. It might just barely be possible to hide the fact that Battler and Lambda Delta were missing to convincingly pretend to be engaged in a white-hot argument and gridlock. But absolutely nothing was safe at this distance. So deep into episode 8 and yet, what the heck? If it were possible, they would rather have kept Erika waiting much further away. They had planned to set up a seat of honor for their guest at one of the far corners of the garden maze.
何か問題でも？
Is there some sort of problem?
わかったわかった。
Okay, okay.
そう怖い顔をするでない。
Don't make such a scary face.
ならここでしばらく待つがよ。
In that case, please wait here.
秘密会議であるからな。
This is a, confidential conference.
そなたはだな。そ
So,
の
you must,
この線よりこちらに来てはならぬぞ。
Come no closer than this line. Beato drew a line in the ground with her foot.
わらわの顔も立てよ。
Help them see me in a good light.
そなたがこれだけ寛大な配慮をしてくれたことは、わらわにとって何よりの武器となるのだ。
If it's clear that I have obtained a generous agreement from you, that will be a powerful weapon in my hands in the debate.
椅子もらえます？
Could I get a chair?
わかったわかった。
Yes, yes, of course.
シエスタ隊よ。すぐにエリカ殿にお椅子と傘を。
Chester troops, bring Miss Erika a chair and umbrella at once.
手ぬぐいもな。
And hand towel, too.
わらわが自ら拭いてピカピカにしてから差し上げよ
I'll
うぞ。
wipe it nice and clean for you. The face, that was great.
お嬢様守備はいかがでございましたか？
Dan! Oh. Dan!
Dang, this Rona bit going up. Lady. Development.
Fresh. Thank you. You. No. Mix it up's not working. I'm sorry, Cece. There had to be something scuffed in moving everything over to the PC, and it turns out it was Mix It Up was not the browser scene is messed up. Browser source, that's the word. I can fix it. I was just gonna do it during a break or something.
今年の主演女優賞はわらわで決まりだぞ。
If anything's certain, it's that I'll be winning this year's prize for Best Actress. Yeah, right.
さすがベアトリーチェ様。
That's our Beatrice-sama.
僕たちにできることは激論を交わし、
All we
紛
can
糾し、
do is argue fiercely, wobble amongst
こ
ourselves,
とがこじれれば面倒なことになると演出することだけだ。
and make it look like things will turn for the worse if negotiations break down. Indeed.
これもまたバトラーたちを援護する戦いである。
What we begin now is a fight, as important as any other, to support Battler's group.
皆気を引き締め、
Get yourselves ready, everyone.
本気で激論し罵倒せよ。
Let us argue and insult with all that we have. They're all tapping into their inner hater. To buy time.
よいな。
Got it?
はい親方様。
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
The sight of Goda, his cheek red and swollen from being pinched, made everyone snort, but they quickly covered their mouths and put fingers to their lips. Goda Moe! Let's go! Then everyone nodded at each other and the fake argument resumed. Erika was sitting in the chair that the Chester sisters had brought her, filling a goat in on the details of the negotiation. The negotiation. The goat would probably return and tell the rest of the fleet. The fleet would tell Burncastle, and Burncastle might think of some plan to deal with this situation or give new orders. The conversation with the goat ended, and it spun around. It would return to the dinghy and report on this to the fleet. It left the rose bushes behind and passed through the garden maze, heading towards the door that led outside. Would it really be okay to let that goat reach the boats? If it made it back, Erika's report would reach Burncastle's ears. The Chester sisters spoke through a secret channel that only they could use.
2秒に
2 seconds, yeah.
音も許さないに。
Won't even be a sound, yeah.
もうじきエリカの認識半径を抜けます。
It's just about to leave Erika's sphere of awareness.
先導のヤギの認識半径に到達するまでの推定10秒間、暗殺は
Can't
実行可能です。
assassinate until it's in range of the goatman. ETA 10 seconds.
ベアトリーチェ卿
Lady Beatrice.
暗殺許可
Permission to assassinate.
をやれます。エリカに気取らせません。
We can do it. Erika will sense nothing.
許可しない。
You do not have permission.
軍師が制限時間を切らずに船を出ると思うか。
You think an envoy would leave their boat without setting a time limit?
連絡がなくば決められた時間の後に攻撃を開始せよと命じられているはず。
The fleet probably has orders to attack it if it isn't contacted within a certain period of time.
そのヤギを見逃
Let that goat go.
せ了解。
00. Understood. The goat passed through the door. Then, after receiving a silent bow from Shannon and Kanon, they got on the dinghy and returned to the fleet. The fleet would probably follow Erika's orders and stand by until an attack order was given. That gave the residents of the Golden Land a chance to assassinate Erika, but of course that wasn't going to be possible, practically speaking. She was Burncastle's greatest underling, and a witch who controlled truth. Tricking her was all they could hope for. Anything else would be wishful thinking.
あんたたちも座ったらどうです？
Why don't you all have a seat too?
我らのことはお構いなくであります。
You need have no worries about us, ma'am. Without any hint that she had just been talking about assassinations, 00 stood upright with her hands clasped behind her back. Surrender or resist until the end. The false argument resumed. Just how well and how long would they be able to trick Erika? Yes, the final fight for the Golden Land had already begun.
バトル
Battler,
ここは我らに任せよ。
you can count on us to handle things here.
そなたはエンジェと最後のゲームを取り返すのだ。
It's time for you and Ange to take this final game back. Woo! Yahoo! Wee-wee!
なんてバカでかい図書館だ。
This is one freakishly huge library.
この一冊一冊に私たちのような物語が記されてるんですって。
I've heard that each one of these books has a tale like ours inside it. The entire library is Higurashi no Nakukoro ni AO3 is all the fan fictions.
ここは神様の世界だな。
After all, this is a world of gods.
あんたたち風情が立ち入っていい場所じゃないってことが一目でわかるでしょ。
You can tell at a glance it's not a place for the likes of you guys, right? After passing through the barrier, the three of them had finally made it inside the City of Books. For some time, they were overcome by the countless otherworldly sights before them, but they quickly remembered their original objective.
いい？
Okay, listen up.
まず勘違いしないでほしいの。
First off, don't get the wrong idea.
あんたたちはベルンと戦いに来たわ。
You two came here to fight Burn.
でもそれはベルンと直接戦って倒すとかそういう意味じゃないんだからね。
But that doesn't mean walking up to her and attacking her directly, okay?
わかってる。
We know.
そもそも
In the first place,
大ベアドリーチェと互角にあんたが戦えたのはゲーム版の上で互角なルールに守られて戦っていたからよ。
you were only able to fight the Great Beatrice on an even footing because the game board protected you with rules that made it that way.
ゲーム版を出れば
If you leave the game board,
あんたなんかバチンって叩かれて手のひらのシミになる程度の存在なんだからね。
You're more like something that'll leave a small stain on her palm when she swats you.
それを忘れるんじゃないわよ。
Don't forget that, got it? You're like a pathetic little fly out here.
そうよね。
Makes sense.
ここはもう私たちの知るゲーム版じゃない。
This isn't the game board we're familiar with.
俺たちは戦いに来たんじゃない。
We didn't come here to fight.
取り戻しに来ただけだ。
We came here to take something back with us.
そういうこと。
Exactly.
一なる真実の書の公開を妨げること。
You're here to prevent the Book of the Single Truth from being exposed to the public. AO3! AO3! There's a shameful lack of good Umineko fanfiction. That is tragic, honestly. I wonder if there's any on fanfiction.net from back in the day. Because this game is old enough that fanfiction.net was still, like, in general use, wasn't it? Probably? I bet the good Umineko fanfiction is like hidden in somebody's Wattpad or live journal somewhere. And you'd need to like really, really look. You're here to Oh. I'm so curious, you guys. Ah.
それだけが目的であんたたちの戦いなんだからね。
That is your only goal, your only fight.
そこを勘違いしちゃダメよ。
You'd better not be confused about that. Battler and Ange nodded to show their understanding.
一なる真実の書はパーティーのど真ん中に堂々と飾られてるから奪い返すのは不可能よ。
The Book of the Single Truth itself is being displayed openly in the middle of the party, so stealing that'll be impossible. Unless you're a phantom thief.
でも式次第によると鍵が入場してくることになってる。
However, bringing in the key is a big part of the ceremony.
ということは、鍵は別の場所に保管されているわけか。
Which means the key must be stored in a different place.
そこが無防備という保証はないけどね。
But there's no guarantee that it'll be undefended.
あとはあんたたちの運次第よ。
After that, it's all up to your luck.
せいぜい幸運を祈るのね。
I hope it's good for your sakes.
隠れて。
Hide! Lambda Delta pulled her head back from round the corner of a bookshelf. The others hurriedly followed suit. In the distance, they saw emerald green lights floating about and leaving trails. Cat eyes. It's Nero! And Nero and Nero and Nero and Nero and oh, that's a lot of kitty cats. So many kitty cats.
あれはベルンの使い魔の猫よ。
Those are Burns' cat familiars.
今日はあちこちを巡回して見張っているわ。
She's got them patrolling all over the place today.
私たちが来ることも読まれてる。
Lack is not zero. Lack can be zero, but it can also be more than zero. Oh, I see, I see. I know what you mean. Like, when I find the kind of fan fictions that I like, it really does feel like panning for gold, and I'm sifting through so much sand. So much dang sand. And then to find a little nugget in, like, the kind of fic I'm looking for. Surgeon's Law. They named a law after a fish? No, I'm just kidding. Did she guess that we would come?
違うわ。
No.
ここは広大だからね。
Don't forget how huge this place is.
迷子になるアンポンタンな来客を迷子センターにお連れするためのスタッフ猫よ。
Those are staff cats out looking for nitwit guests who've gotten lost so that they can be taken to the lost children area.
俺たちが行きたいのは迷子センターじゃねえからな。
And that's not where we want to go at the moment.
見つかりそうになったらやる？
It looks like one's about to find us. Should we take him out? You'd punch a cat? Surgeon's Law, response to criticism of science fiction back in the 60s. Maybe at one point? What is it? How does it go?
よした方がいいわ。
I'd advise against it.
よその領地やゲーム版ならともかく。
Maybe if this were some other territory or game
こ
board.
こはベルンのホームグラウンドよ。
But this is Burns' home base. 90% of science fiction is absolute garbage. Sturgeon, yes, 90% of everything is absolute garbage. Well, there's no good fic because the source material sucks. Hate the hater. The hater stands up. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. 90% of everything is garbage. Well, that's a bit mean, but it is like 90% of anything in a given genre is not, or any artistic medium really, is like not what you're looking for. Not the kind of satisfaction or thrills you're pursuing. I agree with that. Maybe if this were some other territory or game board. But this is Burns' home base.
あの猫一匹で猛獣の群れに囲まれたくらいの危機感は持つことね。
That single cat should make you as scared as being surrounded by a crowd of vicious beasts.
しかも猫よ。
Bless their cats.
勘も鋭いし仲間も呼ぶわ。
They've got good senses and they'll call for their friends.
蹴取られたらその時は覚悟しなさい。
If they spot you, you'd better prepare yourself for what comes next.
私も助けないからね。
I'm not going to save you.
あんたたちをここへ連れ込んだだけでかなり厄介。
Just taking you here has been troublesome enough.
私が降参すれば。
As for me, if I surrender...
裸にひんむかれて最悪のゲロカスかけら巡り100年くらいで許してもらえるかも。
Huh? Ayo? I might get off the hook with being stripped naked and put through 100 years of all the worst kinds of puke spittle fragments.
素敵だわ。私にもベルンの気持ちがちょっとは理解できるようになるかもね。
How wonderful. I think I can sympathize with Burns' feelings a bit now. Lambda Delta wasn't laughing. Most likely, even this punishment she spoke of was pretty optimistic. Despite saying that she won't offer any more help, she's already risking everything. And for what?
決まってんでしょ。
Isn't it obvious? Stop reading my mind! Lambda Delta brushed her hair back and grinned.
あんたたちが最高のハッピーエンドを見せてくれるからでしょうが。
It's because you're going to show me the perfect happy ending! Oh, CG. Lambda Delta hugged their heads at the same time, making their foreheads bonk together. Bonk.
見せなさいよ。絶対。
You better show me, for certain. Yeah.
見せてやるぜ。絶対のハッピーエンド。
We'll show you a certain happy ending. Well, we'll certainly take the cat box back.
行くわよ。
Let's go.
こっちよ。静かに泳いで。
This way. Swim quietly. Oh, this goes hard. I like this music. The three of them swam out into the darkness of the deep ocean trench that was the city of books. In that massive, vast trench of bookshelves, they vanished into the darkness almost immediately. Yeah, this rules. The library defied the common sense of the human world. The city of books. The word city was no exaggeration, and it was filled with the green, glowing eyes of Burncastle's countless cat familiars. Trying to count them would be almost as crazy as counting all the fish in the ocean. They formed schools that swam all over the place, on the lookout for any fools who might miraculously have managed to slip in and disturb their master's party. That one, those ones that are layered on top of each other. If Battler's group was found, the cats would report it instantly. They would probably form a pack, open their large mouths and swallow them in a single gulp. There would be no fight. In this place, Battler's party would be swallowed like tiny fishes if they were discovered. The warships surrounding the Golden Land were well more than 100 strong. Each of them had dozens of cannons pointing at the door to the Golden Land. The goats that packed the decks of the ships numbered in the tens of thousands. Each one of them carried anti-magic toxin in their fangs, potent enough to completely deny each of the game board pieces one by one. This time, they would chew apart and eat away everything. The crowd of goats unleashed their rotten breath and dangling drool. At that time, Erika, who wanted to avoid trouble and hoped Beato would be able to convince Lambda Delta to surrender peacefully, was sitting alone, calmly enjoying the tea Ronobe had poured for her. Of course, even Erika wasn't planning to give them unlimited time. In her mind, she had already decided to allow them 3 yawns before stepping in. This actually isn't so bad. Getting to watch Beato try and convince everyone as they call her a coward and a loser. Uh-oh. Oh no! He's speaking to Erika! Dan! He's speaking to Erika!
Interacting with Erica. Gross. Indeed. Impressive that our short-tempered mistress managed to become such an adult.
What will win? Dan's professionalism or haterism? Wait, he's poo-poo-pooing. Thank you. What's so funny?
Ah.
次の紅茶はいかがですか。古今東西あらゆる名茶をどうかごゆっくりお楽しみくださいませ。
Please feel free to enjoy our great tea across the globe.
ラムダがベアト側について徹底抗戦。
What, Cece? Did something cut out? What happened? It's possible something cut out. Yeah, he might have been a bit too far from the mic for one of the lines. My noise gate, I still need to adjust a bit. He was cutting out. Oh well. That's alright. He's not giving anything better than that to Erika. Landa's leading Beato's side into an all-out resistance. Gotta let him get real close. Well, it's a bit... The setup we've got is a bit awkward. Yeah. Real close. Closer than that. He'd have to, like, lean 90 degrees. I guess I could adjust the microphone, but, like...
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Lambda's leading Beato's side into an all-out resistance. And she's gathering her friends. Is this a joke? The messenger cat shook its head, then continued to dispassionately meow its report. Even Lambda isn't that stupid. she should know what it means to have Ao as her enemy. Even as she said this, Burn Castle was chewing away at her thumbnail. Despite how she looks, that kid has a lot of strange friends. Absolute monsters who just love to meddle. But even so, to take up arms against the Senate. It was possible. You could think of many monsters among Lambda Delta's friends who would love to see a losing side get support and make a comeback victory. Before she realized it, the finger Burn Castle was biting was covered in sweat. Are we pro-magic or... Alright, at this point, I'm pro-love. Hope this helps. Alright, so right now we think magic's not real. However, this kind of like place beyond time seems to exist in the When They Cry universe series? Question mark? And right now what we want is for Ange to have a happy ending. And she wants to stop the world from finding out what happened on Rokenjima. Okay, Burton's position. Okay. Ange sucks too. Wow. The fics are really good. The comments are so sad. One praise and two, some guy pinching his really long-winded crossover fic for the author to write. Oh no. Oh no. Did you leave a comment? Okay, so Burns' position. Okay, I can make this simple. There is a book, Eva's diary, where she wrote the truth of what really happened. You are a participant in this world, yes. You can write your own comment, yes. The author will really love to see it. I just got one like last month from a fic I wrote 3 years ago. Anyway, you exist? Real? Okay. Beatrice exist? Real? Right. So yeah, Ava's diary that had the truth written in it. Oh, the audio's doing something funky. Oh, was that on purpose? Yeah, it must have been. Or is it? That's right. Seems a bit funky, don't it? Anyway. I keep getting sidetracked. Okay. Ava's diary, what really happened on Rokenjima. She kept it a secret after her death. It's been discovered. And, Ange has the key to open it. And so this is like her choice. Does she want to see the truth? A truth she doesn't need to see. A truth that will dash all her hopes, even though that's what she's been pursuing all this time. Or can she let it go and move on with her life? Ange opened it, so she's learned to accept that her own personal truth is what really matters more than the truth of something that happened in the past. And so she desires now to stop this book from going public. So she doesn't want the world and the whole internet to find out what really happened on Rokenjima. from Eva's diary. So, Burn Castle, the solution is denial? What do you guys think? Well, I don't think it's your truth. I mean, even the truth she read might be misleading. Hey, good CC. Even the truth might be misleading because it dashed all of her hopes that anyone might have survived. But we got some indications that Battler may have miraculously survived, except he doesn't remember his past because he has brain damage. Because he was obviously really hurt by the explosion and getting washed out to sea. The truth is whatever you want it to be, especially if the truth is too painful. I think it's like I think it's intentions matter, right? I think it's more like this is some bullshit you don't need, rather than you're denying the truth. You didn't need to add an explanation after saying Battler has brain damage. Anyway, this is bullshit. Ange doesn't need to move on with her life and actually start to live. And that's all her family wants for her. Right. But now I'm like, what the fuck, girl? Your brother's alive. You need to go find him. But neither of them know the other is alive. And Battler doesn't even remember who he is. Hey, shit. What about Battler? Good question. I don't know. That's a bit mysterious. So you know how Featherine has, like a... Oh, I can just show you. You know how, this lady, she's got a, did I show her? No. She's got, oh yeah. Oh, I can't switch up character, alright. So, she's got a human form, right? That's a detective novelist. And she wrote some of the, Umineko ones, yeah. So, apparently, it's possible that Battler might have written some of those. And so her human form is a rich girl who really likes detective novels. And this person who, the way the way everything is framed makes us think it's supposed to be Ange. But there's a lot of indications where I'm like, oh my god, Battler's alive. But, so this person, right? Oh, so all that time her stories were so juicy because she had Battler whisper in her ear. Maybe. It's possible. So, she, is like on the highway in her town by the sea, next to the ocean. And she, smashes her brakes because she sees somebody in the road, and it's he's been milking Battler's memory, but Battler has no memory, but he does have his yeah, Battler can't catch a break. So so this person who I think is Battler is on the ground, like clearly had been hit by. The assumption is he'd been hit by a car. He's like in real rough shape. Might be freaking dead. She bends over. I didn't say she ran her over. She ran him over. I said she stopped the car and looked at him, and he had clearly been hit, or that was the assumption. Something bad happened to him. So she looks over into his face. Or her face, where we're like assuming this is Ange. Or like the game wants us to assume this is Ange. But we know better. He's been hit already. And he's like, yo, you alive? Yeah, you're like, it's dangerous to lay out on the road, you know? And takes him in, a bit suspiciously pays off doctors, you know, to patch him up, but also like not tell him about anybody and have him just stay at her house. And so now he's just living with her, and he doesn't remember his name. She absolutely ran over Battler with her car, and that's why she had to pay off the doctor. Oh. And then how the fuck did Battler get off the island? You mean he survived the explosion, got off the island, got to this town, and then got hit by a car? I repeat, Ikuko would never hit quote, 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 Battler with her quote, 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 car. I thought that was... I assumed he was injured because of the explosion, and he got washed into the ocean, washed out there, and somehow ended up... What would she hit him with? She has a car. She hit him with her Cybertruck! So, yeah, so she gives him a name, which is, Hachicho Toya, which is the, what had been assumed her, pseudonym that she was writing under, right? And it sounds like a boy's name, so they were like, oh, it was a man who wrote these things. And I was just like, alright, you're Ichijo Toya. That's your name now. Another reason why I was like, oh my god, it's Battler. So yeah, it seems like she may have borrowed some of his, talent to, write these books. Her handwriting out Battler's words. Maybe, but apparently he has trouble remembering this stuff. But when he gets closer to stuff that will, that gets into who he really is, his head starts hurting. So I wonder if she, maybe he wrote those after he remembers who he is. Maybe she's getting his input but isn't showing him what she comes up with. I really don't know, but that seems to be the situation. Something like that. Alright, I'll keep going. She might do it. She really is a moron sometimes, after all. Get me a phone, quickly! The cat leapt away, then flew back with a phone and receiver. I'm going to call up her friends. I have to warn them not to get involved in this stupid game. Phone numbers. Phone numbers. Why don't I have any phone numbers saved in here? Oh, right, I have no friends. How were you supposed to greet people over the phone? Does hello work? Meow. Burncastle Moe? Question mark? Love, I have to warn them not to get involved in this stupid game. Like, oh my god, I have to DM everyone. Do not join Landa's RP. The golden key was being kept in a room inside the City of Books. Yeah, so now Ange and Battler are trying to steal the key. However, perhaps the room wasn't a fitting word to use. It was large enough that you could probably fit 2 domed baseball stadiums in it, one atop the other. Damn! Even so, in this city, these were called rooms. Floating in the center of this vast room were several sacred magic circles. Wrapped around by these magic circles was Anja's gold key. Surrounding this were countless emerald green stars, which looked like a slowly revolving planetarium. All of Berncastle's little guys, those eyes as numerous as the stars, were all glaring in the same direction. Come on, don't look at me like that. I'm on your side. Did you forget? Edwards! At the end of such an amazing journey. Are you gonna try and finish the whole thing tonight? I'm not sure. My stomach's been bothering me a little bit. But, I've been really swept up in the scene, so I'm like, ooh. So I'm like going with the flow right now, but I'm probably not gonna be done with episode 8 tonight. But it would be really cool if I could finish it next Thursday. Come on, don't look at me like that. I'm on your side. Did you forget? One of the cats kitty paddled towards Eva, meowing that no one was allowed to enter this room. Yes, young Eva. I mean, in a sense, that's her right there. But yeah. I have at least 2.5 to 3 hours to go. That's not so bad. Thank you for the estimation. I think I could definitely do that next time. Lady Berncastle has ordered me to guard that key. Now why don't you leave this to me and get lost? Oh, thank God. They have a chance. Eva's the goat. She's gonna save us. After looking at each other with suspicious eyes, the cats glared at Eva again, as though saying that they hadn't heard any such order. By the way, cats have pretty soft bodies, don't they? Much easier to chew that way. Spooky, scary. Eva lifted up her golden staff, and a circular pattern of red lines covered the floor and ceiling of the vast room. Welcome back! This woman is threatening cats. Why is Eva a witch? Oh boy, Rowan. We may have gotten to Eva being a witch about a year ago now. And now she's eating cats. He's threatening a bunch of cats and threatening to chew on them. Oh, right now, why? Okay. So this is the, so in each of the episodes, they're like game pieces on a board, right? Yeah, last you saw her, she was normal. This is the piece of Eva as the witch. Pretty much. When I make a Wave 2 OC, she's just a new OC, yeah. She is kind of a separate entity now. A little bit. Eva's not normal ever, damn. Get her. So, yeah, something like that. This is, we're in a pretty physical meta space now. I mean, we're in an infinite library. So, things are already weird. Circular pattern of red lines covered the floor and ceiling of the vast room. The reaction from the cats was lightning fast. They realized instantly that this was hostile behavior. Eva versus cats, who will win? A bunch of Neros. Bangy. The entire emerald green constellation writhed and became a single massive deep sea fish. Wait, a single deep sea fish! They said the thing! A solitary deep sea fish. That's the name of one of the songs. Which charged at Eva with its massive mouth open wide. However, at the same time, the red lines, the massive spider webs on the floor and ceiling came crashing together and crushed the fish. Twisted it, spun it around, and compressed it to the size of a small ball. Damn, okay. Then that bowl-shaped thing burst open, leaving nothing left. It all happened in an instant. Wow, they probably felt really clever typing it like that. Why don't you just give up and die forever? The witch hunters were holding a convention in the event hall. After all, cackle, cackle, cackle. Oh yeah, the one thing, I tried to fix everything, but mix it up was the one thing that didn't work. I can fix it, but mix it up's fucked up. But I can cackle on your behalf. No! Oh no, my noises aren't working. Oh, I don't have the files for the noises on my pad on my computer. I'm screwed if I ever need to read any red or blue text. Please cackle. Okay. No. I got it. I will. Oh right, there is a Discord soundboard. You know, I could just go ahead and mix it up. So, be right back. Okay, yeah, it turns out the problem is that I don't have the actual sound and video files for my Mix It Up redeems. They didn't transfer over. I forgot to transfer them over from my laptop. So I will indeed do the Discord noises. I'll cackle. I'll do it. You hear that? Did that work? Thank you for the Vine Boom for Red Truth also. Thank you. That was very resourceful. Thank you. After all, once Ushinomiya Eva's diary was opened, the endless cat box would be lost, along with the countless imagined stories that had entertained them for so long. So this final convention was a time for them to air their best theories one last time. The cat box was soon to be opened, and while that did give them a slightly lonely feeling, they couldn't contain their excitement as intellectual rapists. Oh god. Man! Ryukishi is not happy with his fans, huh? Not when they knew that the Rokenjima mystery was finally going to be solved once and for all. There was a girl out there who was going to be hurt by the opening of that box. However, their jaws and fangs couldn't care less. The witch-hunting goat nobles kept licking their lips, wanting to chew apart the guts of Beatrice's cat box as soon as they could. Seated upon a grand throne the size of a pillar, Featherine listened in on the nonsense being spewed from the mouths of the goat nobles. A black cat wearing a cape. Oh, it's like a little superhero. That's so cute. Silently appeared and whispered something into Featherine's ear. No, it's fine. Everything is going according to my script. You need not inform my Miko. The cat bowed humbly and vanished. Featherine raised her wine glass high and laughed as she looked through it to the light of the chandelier, which is as beautiful and majestic as the moon. This should be enough to thank you for your excellent reading, child of man. But it's gonna hurt her! Well now. Just who is weaving this tale? Am I for you? Or are you for me? So it's been Ange versus Featherine this whole time. What do you think? A trap? As Battler's group moved forward, darting from bookshelf to bookshelf while avoiding the eyes of the cats, they found something strange. Written with a faintly glowing red substance was a letter and an arrow. Hey? What do you mean? Me? What do you mean? What do you mean? I have to do Rowan's Vine Boom. What do you mean? Oh my god. Hey, 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 hey. Put more K's in the chat. Put more K's in the chat. Put more K's in the chat. Yeah, what Rowan said. We need more K. Thank you. K, 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 K. K, K. Okay, okay. It's working, it's working. Thank you. That's what it looked like to them. Do you think K means key? Those Those marks only appeared when we got close.
私たちに向けてのメッセージよ。
This is a message aimed at us. Hey.
ここに私たち以外に味方をしてくれる誰かがいるってこと？
Does this mean there's someone here besides us who's willing to help? Yeah, Eva. Is there really anyone who'd take our side? Yeah, Eva. Ange traced the red arrow with her finger. It was written with very faint, thin strings that had been twisted together. Sticky red strings that, when touched, melted like cotton candy and clung to the fingers. There is someone who's always been on my side. Okay, your theory. We're getting to a point, huh? How can you be so sure? Yeah, I get it too now. Lambda. We can trust the person who wrote this. It's my auntie. She'll probably be able to guide us to the key safely. Think there must be some meaning in this choice of characters. For this part, Battler, Ange, and Eva. I mean, why wouldn't there be? This is about Ange's happiness, right? So Battler, her brother, and then Eva, who was always there for her. Well, not always there for her, that's a lie. Who wanted, who tried to love her. The only family she had left. She'll probably be able to guide us to the key safely. Are you sure? Then let's go! Tried to love her. We don't have time to be standing around. God, if that ain't an Umineko phrase. Whew! We love a game with a million messy mothers. Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. Thank you, Mom and Mom. In the arbor, the argument over whether they should surrender or fight continued without signs of stopping. Rosa did nothing wrong still? What do you think, Mirinda? You still here? Eva did nothing wrong. Gotta keep up. No. In the arbor, the argument over whether they should surrender or fight continued without signs of stopping. Every now and then, a small fight would break out, which fortunately ended up delaying Erika's third yawn. Hero, get off of there! Hey. Here. Hold on. Cat. Get down! Funny. Okay, sorry. However, they didn't know how long they would have to continue this fake fight. Keeping this high level of tension going was physically stressful. The instant they tired out and the tension faded, Erika would probably demand a verdict. They had to constantly appear to be trapped and agitated. It was a battle of weariness and tension. This was their fight. Erika waited patiently. Now that she had tired of tea, she was watching Ronove perform some magic tricks and seemed to be quite enjoying herself. I'm so sorry he's been reduced to this, Dan. Dan! You don't... It's not a Ronove line yet. It might be. But Ronove's been reduced to doing magic tricks for Erika. seem to be quite enjoying herself. Even Ronove, who is usually aloof from the world, was fighting. This is his fight. This is his fight. Yeah, he can accept this. If that didn't pick up, it's like, yes, his battle is against Erika. Truly, God saves his strongest battles for his strongest soldiers, his worst battles for his strongest soldiers. Got Kirie whamming, end of woe. If Erika got bored and lost her patience with them, an all-out attack would probably begin at once. I've been waiting for this! All-out attack! Except, oh, I've been waiting for this might work. Even he was putting everything he had into the fight to buy time for... Yeah! Oh, that was so quiet though, but at least the video worked. That's nice. Even he was putting everything he had into the fight to buy time for Battler's group. Nightmare. So quiet. I really got to up the volume for things. He knows, yeah. No, I know. I really think you should get Final Fantasy XIV so you find out what happens to Xenos, because there's something I'm trying not to spoil you about this whole time. The trust fund kid, I mean, yeah. Even he was putting everything he had into the fight to buy time for Battler's group. Spoil it? He comes back from the dead! He straight up walks out of the grave. As the fiercest leader in the argument, Beato wore out the quickest. Such a Chad, I know, right? She breathed heavily and her face was so pale it seemed she might faint in any moment. Beato, hang in there. There's Kirie! Cece! He had to bring himself back to life. Death herself is his mistress. Yeah, pretty much. And then he killed his dad. And then he was instrumental in having the apocalypse happen in motion. And then he's the last person you fight in the Endwalker expansion. And Beato, hang in there. Your body won't hold out much longer at this rate. Sans is living life. GG. Pretend to suddenly burst into tears and rest for a while. We'll pick up the slack. I'm still fine. Come on, from the top. One more fierce debate. Let's go. What is this, Danganronpa? So who's up first? Who wants to kick this off? Will I be back Sunday? So, right now, I can bring up my schedule that I put on Discord. It's really touching that people want Lore Sunday to come back. I think I will, just because it'd be a shame for that file to go to waste, even if I won't be as serious about it. But I'm gonna be right now I'm gonna be streaming Thursdays, Saturdays, and Mondays. Monday evening, Thursday evening like right now, and then Saturday morning. I'm probably gonna add more days to this eventually. This is just like, I'm warming myself back up. But Sunday, unfortunately, I have a tabletop roleplay I'm a part of. So it's harder to make time for stream. What will I be streaming? Good question. I know I gotta come for Uchikoshi Saturday. The thing is, you're also playing Okami on Sunday, and I'm an Okami liker. No, you're not stealing away my Sundays. I asked, right? But I've got a few things I can stream. I do have. Oh my god, good question. I'll come up with that by Saturday. But at least with Thursdays, I know what's gonna happen. Thursdays, I'm gonna finish Umineko, and then I'm gonna finish the side content that's gonna be unlocked after the game that I've heard is in this. And then I'm gonna do a stream where I do like funny tier lists and stuff, like a farewell party. And then I'm gonna start streaming 100 Line Last Defense Academy on Thursdays because it has 100 endings. I'm not gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna start from where I'm at because there's 100 damn endings. Yes, we're gonna have a tea party. Oh my god, I can actually make tea. I've done that before when I did House and Fata Morgana needle felting stream. I made the butterfly. I actually made tea. You guys, stop blaming yourselves. Is Lore Sunday really that worth it? I'm really flattered you guys want it to come back. Don't blame yourselves. All right. It will come back eventually. I need to log back into 14 at all. I need to save my house before it goes poof. Alright. I'm still fine. It's less like blame and more like mutual acceptance of brain worms. Yeah, that's fair. Who's up first? Who wants to kick this off? In that case, I, Goda, am prepared. We must fight. I know, I heard about that, so now I'm like, shit. F, I need to log into my house. Go to Moe. In that case, I, Goda, am prepared. We must fight. It would be outrageous to accept defeat without fighting. As I've said from the beginning, fighting with all we have is the only option. Hold on a second. Oh god, did she hear that? Fuck. Ronove, you did your best. I love you, bro. Erika suddenly rose from her chair. Ronove tried to coax her back into her seat, but Erika's attention was completely focused on those arguing under the arbor. Oh, we're cooked. We're cooked, brothers. It's been an honor. 07 in the chat. I am a detective. Go to Moe through helplessness. My memory of what I hear is as good as a recording. Fuck. We are aware of that, of course. You are quite an excellent detective, after all. I'm not interested in you. Goda-san. No, Erika putting Goda in the hot seat. This is hell. Goda-san, I have one question for you. Yes, ma'am. Have I done something to cause offense? Hold on. Don't forget that some of us are opposed to fighting. I think we should surrender. Those were the first words I heard from you when I arrived here.
あなたはこうおっしゃいました。
However, you just said this.
ここは戦うべきです。
We must fight.
戦わずして敗北を受け入れることなど言語道断です。
It would be outrageous to accept defeat without fighting.
私は最初からここは戦い抜くべきだと申し上げております。
As I've said from the beginning, fighting with all we have is the only option.
そう言いました。
That's what you said.
いや、そんなことも申し上げたでしょうか。
Well, did I say that? Yeah, Erika, you're wrong. It was actually fighting is the only option. You gotta get it right.
議論の中で意見が変わることも時にあるかと思います。
It is hardly strange for an opinion to change in the course of a discussion.
そうですとも。
Indeed.
他の皆さんも
I'm just a silly willy little Billy.
時に意見を変えられることも。
All of us have been feeling doubts about our position lately, so an occasional change of opinion wouldn't be...
いいえ。
No.
あなたたちの議論は一貫して誰も意見を変えていません。
From beginning to end, no one has changed their opinion in this argument.
たった今、唐突にゴーダさんだけがその主張を逆転させました。
Just now, Goda-san alone flipped his position 180 degrees.
しかも、ゴーダさんに対する他の人間からの発言を振り返っても、彼が主張を逆転させるに足るものがあったとは
Furthermore,
思えません。
if I recall the things that were said to Goda-san by the rest of you, I can't imagine any of them sufficient to make him entirely switch position. An uncomfortable, damp wind blew by. Everyone was silent, frozen as though time had stopped. In that silence, Erika continued with a blank expression.
以上から導き出される推理は
Damp? Ew, I know, right? Ugh. This can lead us to two conclusions.
一つは、ゴーダさんにもともと意見はなく、その場の雰囲気で適当なことを言ういい加減な人間であること。
First, it may be that Goda-san has no opinion, and is just a loser who will say anything that goes with the flow. That one, milady, that
もう
one!
一つは、ゴーダさんに限らず、そもそも誰も意見などなく、議論そのものがあなたたちの目的であるというものです。
Second, it may be that none of you has an opinion, and that this entire argument exists only for its own sake. I know, be nice to him? Question
それ
mark?
は考えすぎではないか。
Aren't you overthinking this a bit?
わらわたちは必死に今後の運命を議論している。
Here we are in a desperate debate that will decide our fate.
時に普段は考えられぬ心変わりがあってもおかしくはない。
I hardly think it's strange that some people would act abnormally under such pressure.
意味もなく議論を延長することに意味があるとすれば、時間を稼ぐ。
If you have some reason for prolonging a meaningless argument, that can only be to buy
あな
time.
たたちは時間を稼ぐと何が有利になるのです？
Do you have anything to gain by buying
ラ
time?
ムダデルタ卿の援軍がやってくるからです。
Is it because Lady Lambda Delta's reinforcements will come? What's with Captain Morgan over here? Thought she died. She was, and then
Battler said the stupidest thing he ever said in this entire series.
yeah, Battler wanted Erika to come to the party, so he asked Burncastle to take her back from hell. So Battler disappointingly brought her back to life because he is a little too good at letting bygones be bygones. I'm like, after the wedding, really? Thank you for bigifying that, yeah. Really? Really? Me too, Jill. Is it because Lady Lambda Delta's reinforcements will come?
それも違います。
That can't be true either.
なぜなら、あなたたちは先ほどから
After all, for some time now.
時折ラムダデルタ教やバトラに話しかけているのですが、それに対する返事が一度たりとも私の耳に聞こえません。
I have heard all of you speak to Lady Lambda Delta and Battler occasionally. Not once have I heard them reply. Finally got this full snowy ballad outfit. Oh, is that in Nikki? Infinity Nikki? That could also be something I stream. But, oh, holy shit. Oh my god. Are you okay? I heard the... What the fuck? I hope that was free-ish currency. I don't know. Oh boy. But you got it! Oh man. Most was free. Okay, good. So, yeah, but I heard like Nikki... Is this a good time to come back to Nikki? Because I know we're mid-shitstorm. I do want to stream it. I do find it very soothing. But is this a good time? You like it with how it is, even mid-shitstorm? Okay. Nikki fun. I'm glad Nikki's still fun. I could try it off stream first. I probably will. Oh, that'd be cute! Yeah, I heard about the intro. Yeah, I think I'll try to bid on my own at first, but yeah, we could totally collab sometime. That'd be very cool. Now that there's co-op, right? After all, for some time now, I have heard all of you speak to Lady Lambda Delta and Battler occasionally, but not once have I heard them reply.
以上すべてから考えて導き出される推理は一つです。
Taking all of this into account, we are left with only one conclusion. That Lady Lambda Delta and Battler are not here now. And that these people have won Lady Lambda Delta's assistance, with Lady Lambda Delta and Battler probably planning to sneak into the City of Books. In which case... Hero? In which case, their goal is probably to steal back the golden key and Ange. Gotta play co-op together so we can slay and play on bubbles. Oh, that does sound nice and fun. Huh? I don't know. I think just jumped off of this and like hit the frame and just made a lot of noise. Naughty kitty. In which case, their goal is probably to steal back the golden key and Ange. And your plan was... Ange was already here. Ha ha ha. And your plan was to act as bait and buy time until their mission was complete.
ただゴーダさんがセリフを言い間違えるだけで。
Damn! Poor Goda! All it takes is a single poorly chosen line from Goda-san.
クルドエリカにはこの程度の推理が可能です。
Then a deduction like this becomes trivial for Furudo Erika.
いかがです？
Your thoughts,
皆様方。
ladies and gentlemen? Be nice to him, you little rat! Bah! With a blank yet ruthless expression, Erika spoke these words and returned to her seat. Everyone else was frozen, unable to move. This is the ultimate form of Goden Moe, the ultimate fumble from a towering, awkward, middle-aged man. Yes. Towering fumble from a towering, awkward, middle-aged man. Everyone else was frozen, unable to move. No one spoke. However, time was moving. As evidence, a bead of sweat dripped down from someone's cheek, fell and hit the table with a tiny yet audible splat, but It's fucking raining. World End Dominator? Hog? Then, frozen time shattered, and in the same instant, the white chair Erika had been sitting in broke apart. The stakes of the Seven Sisters of Purgatory and the high-velocity rounds from the Chester sisters had obliterated the chair at exactly the same time. And a few moments after that, the Erika sitting in that chair faded and vanished. After image. She's fast. Kill her. Oh shit. Okay, this. I'm so sorry, Erika haters out there, but this sprite kind of slays. Look at her. She's kind of slaying. Oh, she's kind of slaying. In an instant, Erika had moved to a spot behind the chair. Her expression remained as blank as it had been. However, there was now something in her hand that wasn't there before. As the 7 lightning strikes of the 7 sisters raced at her once more, she batted all of them away with her scythe. That was one hell of a farce. But I will say that the tea was good. Ronove never misses. Well now, it seems that you've all been in agreement since the start. Allow me to ask for your answer once again. Erika lifted her left hand, the one that wasn't holding the scythe. But the sprite has her left hand holding the scythe. Very well, then answer I shall. This golden land belongs to me, to all of us. Those who would enter unbidden will receive the welcome they deserve. In other words, to put it elegantly, all cannons prepare to fire. Target the Golden Land. Go wash your face in miso soup! Shoot him dead! Yes, thank you. See you around. Meow. Meow. Meowing on the phone. Burncastle set down the receiver and crossed out yet another name on a list of Lambda Delta's notable friends. Something was wrong. No one she called had heard anything from Lambda Delta. Oh, it's all falling apart. We're cooked. They weren't just playing dumb. They really knew nothing about the strange ruckus Lambda Delta was trying to stir up. Even Burncastle was starting to suspect that something was fishy. Then a black cat leapt in and meowed a frantic report. Lambda and Battler aren't in the Golden Land? She tore the phone receiver from its stand. The number she dialed was short. 911. It was probably an internal line. However, after listening to it ring several times, she slammed the receiver down again, finally managing to break the phone. Gather all the cats who aren't busy. This is an emergency.
誰も応答しない。
The cats I had guarding the key aren't responding.
ダムだー。
Lamb dog. Lamb dog. Lamb dog. Overwhelmed with emotion, Berncastle kicked the table over. Then, the room finally grew bright. It was like green sunlight. A bright green light waved about, giving the illusion that a bright green sun was rising and lighting the room up. It was a sign that Berncastle's army had been given an emergency summons.
さあおいで、子猫たち。
Come, my kitties!
魔女狩りの時間よ。
It's time for a witch hunt!
あの子はキャンディーの匂いがするからね。すぐに見つけられるわ。
That kid always smells like candy, so you'll find her pretty
最
fast.
初に見つけた猫には人の姿と魔女の称号をあげるわ。
The first cat who finds her gets a human form and a witch's title. What was now an emerald green nebula let out a roar of delight that shook the bookshelf cliff.
何かが追ってくるわ。
Something's chasing us.
なんだあれは。
What is that?
緑。
A green
太陽。
sun?
隠れて。
Hide!
バレたのよ。
They know! The three of them frantically hid behind a bookshelf. The room with the key in it was straight ahead. They could see something glowing faintly in the darkness of that room. It was a glow different from anything else they had seen so far in this city. The color it glowed was gold. They had almost reached the golden key. However, if they went towards it, Berncastle would be right behind them, along with her vast swarm of familiars. In other words, they were trapped in a dead end. They already knew that the emerald green color came from the eyes of the familiars. However, it was almost beyond comprehension that this undulating green sun could be the same thing, and they could do nothing except stare in wide-eyed shock. As the countless cats approached, they passed through the ravine of bookshelves from the very top to the very bottom, painstakingly checking the gaps between each book. However, even this mind-numbingly huge task was accomplished swiftly, thanks to the sheer number of familiars. With the speed of a gust of wind, they carefully checked every nook and cranny. There was no way to hide from this green sun. That would have been as foolish as trying to hide from water on a sinking ship.
やり過ごせるの？
Will we be able to hide until they pass us?
無理だ。
No.
じゃあどこに隠れても見つかれ。
We'll be found no matter where we hide. Battler was just about to leap out from the shadows, but Lambda Delta grabbed him by the collar an instant before.
戦う気？
Are you thinking of fighting?
違う。ここに留まっても見つかるだけだ。
No, but we'll be found if we just stand here.
なら前へ進むしかない。
So we have to move forward.
一刻も早く鍵にたどり着くんだ。
We need to reach the key as soon as possible.
鍵を守る猫がいないわけないでしょ。
You really think there aren't cats guarding the key?
私たちは挟み撃ちにされたのよ。
We're already trapped between them.
私はエヴァおばあさんを信じる。
I believe in Aunt
お
Eva.
ばさんが私たちをここまで導いてくれた。
She's the one who's guided us this far.
きっとおばさんは見張りの猫たちをやっつけてくれているはずよ。
I'm sure she took care of the guard cats too.
俺も同感だ。
I agree.
ここにいて見つかるくらいなら一刻も早くあそこにたどり着いて鍵を取り返そう。
We're just going to be found anyway. Then let's try and get there as fast as possible and grab the key.
鍵さえ取り返せればもう誰もあの本を開くことはできない。
If we can just get that, no one will be able to open that book.
あそこにたどり着いて鍵を手に入れて。
So, you'll rush in there and grab the key.
それで
And then what?
あそこ袋小路よ。
That place is a dead end.
逃げ場ないのよ。わかってる？
There'll be nowhere to run. Don't you realize that?
それは分かってるけど。
We know that, but
鍵は切り札。
the key will be our trump card.
ベルンカステルに鍵は重要なの。
It's vitally important for Fern Castle too. Just break it. You gotta break it.
一か八か。鍵をカードに何かの交渉ができるかもしれない。
If worst comes to worst, we might be able to use the key as a bargaining chip.
あのベルに交渉？
Bargain with Fern?
あんた正気じゃないわ。
You're insane!
だがここに隠れてても絶対に見つかる。
But if we hide here, we'll definitely be found.
なら100億の中の一つの確率だとしても
In that
俺は
case,
それにかけるぜ。
I'll take a bet on that 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance. Bro, that's baby numbers. You gotta start doing Kinzo's 1 in quadrillion chance.
鍵を手に入れそれを切り札に奴となんとか立ち回るんだ。
We'll get the key and have that be our trump card.
奇跡の魔女を相手にあんたは奇跡を祈るわけ？
So you're praying for a miracle to win against the Witch of Miracles?
天文学的数字の中で1を
Picking a winner out of astronomically bad odds.
それが後ろ宮家の魔法ってやつだぜ。
That's the Ushiromiya family magic.
私目がいいから教えてあげる。
I've got good eyesight, so let me enlighten you.
あの黄金の鍵を取り囲んでる魔法陣わかる？
Can you see those magic circles around the golden key?
あれは簡単だけどなかなか堅牢な結界よ。
That's a simple barrier, but a pretty strong one.
触れば壊せる簡単な結界だけれど
On the plus side, it'll break at a touch.
でもね、どんな大魔女でも人間風情でも特にかっきり1時間をかけるという
But it's a
悪い
really
封印なのよ。
mean-spirited seal that'll take exactly 1 hour to fade, whether a great witch or a lowly human does it.
式典の進行上まだ1時間前にはなってない。
According to the ceremony schedule, we still have that hour.
つまり私たちは1時間稼がなきゃ鍵に触れることさえできないのよ。
But it means that we won't even be able to touch the key unless we can buy all that time for ourselves.
エヴァおばさんがきっと見張りの猫たちをやっつけた時魔法陣も壊してくれたに違いないわ。
When Aunt Eva took out the guard cats, she must have broken the magic circle too.
1時間はかからない。
Kay have something to do with this? It probably won't take an hour.
見る限りまだ魔法陣は健在ね。
As far as I can see, the magic circle is still just fine.
残念ながらエヴァがそうしてくれたとしてもそれは1時間以内の話みたいよ。
Sorry to say it, but even if Eva did do that, it was less than an hour ago.
1時間なんてちょろいもんだぜ。
Well, what's an hour?
少なくともそれだけ粘れば手に入るし明白なゴールがある。
At least we know we can get it if we manage to stick around that long.
そうね。
Yeah,
いいじゃない。1時間の鬼ごっこ。
sure. Let's play tag for an hour.
私こわもてに追いかけ回されるのには慣れてるの。
I'm used to getting chased around by thugs.
あんたたち札付きのパー揃いね。
You two really are out of your minds.
ベルンとあの数の猫を相手に本気で鬼ごっこをさせてもらえると？
You really think you'll get the luxury of a game of tag out of Fern and all her cats?
確率が 1% でもあるなら
If there's even a 1% chance,
俺たちが絶対に
you can be certain that we'll grab it. There was an immense difference in enthusiasm between Lambda Delta and the siblings who had nothing left to lose. However, this was by no means cowardice on Lambda Delta's part. She was a great witch of the Senate. If she surrendered, she wouldn't be able to escape severe punishment, but she would be forgiven after a few hundred years. She had been thrown into a stormy sea while clutching a buoy that could save only her. How could she possibly decide to throw that buoy away? There was no way a person with a life to lose could be as determined as those who were already gambling everything. No one could blame her.
ああもう本当にバカだわあんたたちは。
Aw, geez, you two are really stupid, you know that?
仕方ないわね。
Alright, fine.
1% より もうちょっと確率が高くなる作戦を教えてあげるわ。
I'll tell you a plan that's got a bit more than a 1% chance of working.
ズバリなんだと思う？
Any guesses? The two siblings looked at each other. However, they both thought that any plan would be worth listening to, even if it would only raise their chances by 0.00001%.
生贄よ。
A sacrifice.
ベルは猫だから逃げる獲物は追うけれど逃げない獲物は殺す。
Fern is a cat, so although she'll give chase to fleeing prey, she'll also kill prey that doesn't flee.
それもネチネチといたぶってね。
After toying with it first.
最悪ね。
Cats are terrible creatures.
しかしそれが本当なら
Still, that's
かける
true.
価値はある。
It'll be worth the bet.
生贄を一人
Let's have one sacrifice.
じゃんけんで選びましょう。
We'll decide it with rock, paper, scissors.
負けた子はベルンをたっぷり挑発して笑わせて殺されて1分1秒でも時間を稼ぐ。
Whoever loses has to go spend as much time as possible taunting Burn, getting laughed at, and getting killed. I mean, Lambda, don't you want that at least a little?
それでいいわね。
Does that work for you?
じゃんけんはいらない。
No need for rock, paper, scissors.
俺がやる。
I'll do it.
エンジェとランボ。
You two go on to the key room.
ダメよお兄ちゃん。
No way, Oni-chan.
私がやるわ。
I'll do it.
元はといえばこれは私の責任。
This is all my responsibility.
ベルンカステルの言葉に耳を貸し心を許した。
I was the
私の責任な
one
のよ。
who listened to Burn Castle and trusted her.
だからあいつに一言くらい言ってやりたいのよ。
So I've got a thing or two to say to her. Both Battler and Ange decided to be the sacrifice and wouldn't listen to the other.
ね。じゃんけんじゃないと決まらないでしょ。
You need rock, paper, scissors to decide, right?
さっさと決めないとこの作戦も使えなくなるわよ。
If you don't act quickly, we won't even have a chance to use this
もし
plan.
連中がやってくるわ。
They'll be here any moment. Okay,
俺かエンジェが生贄を。
either Ange or I will be the sacrifice.
残った方を連れて鍵を奪って黄金鏡に連れ帰って。
Lambda Delta, you'll take whoever's left, steal the key, and take them back to the Golden Land.
譲らないわよ。
I won't let you do
お
it.
兄ちゃん。
Oni-chan,
ふざけやがって。
quit joking
たま
around.
には兄らしいことをさせやがれ。
You've gotta let me act like a big brother at least once in a while.
時間ないわよ。
There's no
じゃん
time!
けん一発勝負。
Rock, paper, scissors, single round!
私超パーだからそれにちなんで最初はパーからね。
I'm super paper with a head full of confetti, so in reference to that, we'll all start with
いい
paper.
二人とも。
Got it, you two?
いいわ。
Fine.
エンジェ恨みっこなしだぜ。
Ange, no regrets. Okay?
せーの最初はパー。
3, 2, 1, paper! It really was a stupid, childish game of rock, paper, scissors. Despite promising to start with paper, they threw different signs to catch each other off guard. Both Battler and Ange chose rock. And yet, it wasn't a tie. Because in addition to those two rocks, was one person who chose scissors. Hog? Lambda Delta? I knew you liked teasing Burn that much. Damn, she's really taking one for the team, but still, I know it's the Yuris. Because in addition to those two rocks, was one person who chose scissors. After staring stupidly at their fists and those scissors, they looked at her.
あっちゃー。
Aw, dang!
最初はパーだからチョキ出して一人勝ちしてやろうって思ったのに。
We were supposed to start with paper, so I figured I'd use scissors and beat you both.
やっぱりパーはパー出してなきゃダメね。
I guess Confetti Head should have stuck with paper. Aw, dang it. There had been no reason for Lambda Delta to join in on the game. This wasn't the time for a joke like that. Battler and Ange, each trying to lose, chose rock. Lambda Delta alone chose scissors.
あんたわざとチョキを。
Don't tell me, you intentionally...
お前に死なれたら俺たちは黄金鏡に帰れないだろうが。
If you die, we can't even get back to the Golden
こん
Land.
なの無効だ。
This doesn't count.
ほらこれで大丈夫でしょ。
Well then, you can just use this, can't you? Lambda Delta made a clenched fist, A fragment glowing pale blue appeared there, and she gave it to the pair of them. Battler had seen one of these before. It was a magic fragment, like the one Erika had used before disappearing, that would allow one to cross the sea of fragments.
それがあれば、二人とも黄金鏡に帰れるわ。
With that, you'll both be able to return to the Golden Land.
それに、これが一番の人選なのよ。
And anyway, I'm the best person for the job.
あんたたちじゃ、ベルン相手に数秒と持たないだろうし。
You two probably wouldn't last a handful of seconds against Burn.
私なら、1時間どころか、ひょっとしたら勝っちゃうかもね。
If it's me, not only will an hour be no problem, but who knows? I might even
あ
win.
の子には借りがあるし。
And I owe her one.
今度は私の勝ちってことにして、イーブンにしないと。
I've got to make this my victory and even the score.
アウェイは辛いわね。
No, away games are such a pain. Lambda Delta pretended to complain as she stood up straight.
じゃあ、行ってくるわ。
Anyway, see you in a bit.
私目立ちたがり屋だから、やっぱ感激者は無理だったわ。
I guess a show-off like me couldn't stick to being a spectator after
ご
all.
めんね、出番を奪っちゃって。
Sorry for stealing your time to shine.
あんたたちのゲーム、最後まで感激できないのは残念だけど、も
It's sad that I won't be able to watch your game until the end.
う筋書きは教えてもらえたから見る必要もないわ。
But I've already taken a look at the script, so I'm not missing anything.
ラムだ。
Lambda. Then, with her broadest smile and a wink,
あんたたちのハッピーエン
this is your happy ending.
ド。もう先が読めちゃったから見なくても分かっちゃうわ。
I've already figured out what happens next, so there's no need to watch. Lambda reading spoilers, cheater, I know, right? Damn.
じゃあね、また会いましょうね。
I'll see the two of you again.
あんたたちのハッピーエンドのクレジットロールでね。
In the credit roll of your happy ending, that is.
待って。
Wait! Lambda Delta snapped her fingers, and the two of them turned into Competo candies. She picked them up, took aim at the glint of the golden key, and flicked them away. That way, they should be able to reach the key without Burncastle noticing. Dang, what terrible luck. What were the odds of them both playing a rock against my scissors? Yeah, I know. It wasn't nice of me to test you like that. Sorry, you two. And then, Lambda Delta's body was lit up by an emerald green light. I'm just imagining this really cool anime moment where she's just kind of like to the side and like the headlights roll up like ready to throw down. When she turned around, the cat's eyes and Lambda Delta's met. Lambda Delta grinned and waved. Hey! There's a thunderous boom and several bright flashes. What in the? Ooh, music. Candy! 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 A chain of explosions flashed by one after another, enveloping Burncastle and her pack of familiars in an instant. Lambda turning to look at cats like flashbang that are dead, yeah. They were multicolored fireworks. Or rather, multicolored candy that burst with a flash and scattered everywhere. Countless stick candies, sugar sculptures, cookies, and tarts flew in every direction. And each one of those split and exploded into hundreds of candies. Each of which exploded again into a cloud of Competo. Competo! However, these sweets weren't sweet. The Competo was heavier than lead, harder than steel, and sharper than any blade. As the colorful cloud exploded outward, it blasted the entire pack of cats into little bits. Oh, this is the only time we ever see Lambda Delta throw down. This is great. The emerald green glints that were scattered everywhere sparkled like the night sky. Competo attack! and among them danced the cloud of pretty candies that looked like they'd go well on a Christmas tree. It was flashy and beautiful and cute and perfectly fitting for the grand entrance of the great witch, Lady Lambda Delta. Oh, this is hype. Oh, if it isn't Lambda. I was hoping to meet you in the party hall. I love you, Burn. Isn't whispering of our love all the better if we're alone? I'll be happy to hear it. After I've plucked off all your limbs. With a jerk of her chin, Byrne ordered her familiars to attack. This is my dearly beloved and only friend in the world. Her arms from the elbow down, her legs from the knees down. You can chew those up however you please. But not a scratch anywhere else on her. Excuse me? Whale? Cat whale? Cat whale? Cat whale? Cat whale? Ah! We can't see! The crowd of cats undulated again, reformed into a single mass, became the emerald green leviathan that would swallow up any poor victims who sunk into the city of books. It was shaped like an impossibly vast whale. However, would it look like a whale from Landa's perspective? He probably couldn't see anything except an immense mouth about to swallow up everything. Ah, simply wonderful. Oh god. You're going to swallow me up with your love, aren't you? Why are the cats wishy-washy? I do love you, Lambda. Once your limbs are gone, I'll skewer you through your butt and hang you by my bed. Every morning, I'll give you a good morning kiss. And every evening, I'll kiss you goodnight. Sounds great! Then I'd better wrap you up in my love, too. Uh-oh, she's getting bored. She got bored! Why was there a computer graphic vor shot in Umineko that never gets used except in, like, the end of the last episode? However, Lambda Delta's war cry was swallowed up by the glowing, writhing leviathan in a single bite. Yes, you are wonderful, Lambda. I love your gentle cluelessness, the way you just recklessly do things without looking ahead. When? The same instant that Lambda Delta was swallowed and Burnt Castle was sure of her victory, the latter felt a slight breeze playing with her hair. The countless sweets that Lambda Delta had sent flying like fireworks and which drifted about like decorations at a Christmas party were flowing. No, they were converging on a single point. Candy explosion! It was like watching a firework run backwards. Countless sweets rapidly contracting to somewhere within the vast, closed mouth of the Leviathan. A gigantic reverse explosion gathering at a single inner point. Or perhaps it was more like countless candies, showering the Leviathan from all directions like bullets. Inside that mass of green was a black swirl. That swirl was on a palm. that's where this CG comes in. The end of the last episode, huh? On the palm of Lambda Delta, who wore a defiant smile, it was a mass of super concentrated gravity. Gravity attack. All of the sweets, the cats, the whale, and everything else was being sucked into that one point and crunched. Candy black hole!
I'll hold you tight. Get over here, Burn!
You're trying to suck me in? What? Excuse me? All of the candies Lambda Delta had scattered were getting sucked back into the black hole on her palm at unbelievable speeds. The pressure of the reverse candy explosion whittled away at the Leviathan, crushing it inwards. You're trying to suck Burn. Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Let me give you a hug. With all her strength, Burncastle held her ground in midair, trying to resist this super gravity. For the first time, all traces of condescension had left her face. Even Lambda Delta's cocky expression was marred by the sweat trailing from her forehead. Because their power was so overwhelming, any victory would have to be instantaneous. If either relaxed in the slightest, they would match each other's strengths and get dragged into another dizzyingly long fight that could last for centuries. Neither of them had any desire to go through that again. So, neither of them showed the slightest mercy for their most beloved friend. By now, the Leviathan had been completely crushed and compressed inside the black hole. Burncastle was the only one still holding her ground. What? However, a windstorm of candy asteroids, like an asteroid belt, repeatedly slammed into Burncastle, wearing away her girl form bit by bit. I've got to get away. I'll really. The next thing to fly into Burncastle's range of vision was a comet hurtling straight for her with a massive present box at its core and a cloud of candy surrounding it. My body! Ooh, they upped the budget with just this. They had budget, but only for the Lambda and Burncastle fight. Funny. The candy comet wiped out Burncastle along with her scream. It burst into little bits, and then within the blink of an eye, it was sucked back into a hole of supergravity. Once it was all gathered into one place like a gem, it began to spin rapidly. It was flattened by the centrifugal force, turning into something whose shape resembled a galaxy. After swallowing all of the cats and their master, it now looked like a winding, flickering emerald green galaxy that floated just above Lambda Delta's palm. The pocket of supergravity kept compressing it further and further, until at the end it had become a single green, shining completo. Lime flavored. Look at that lime flavored completo. Then it fell down onto her outstretched palm. The universe inside a single completo.
ごめんね、ベル。
Sorry, Burn.
あなたといつまでも遊んでいたいから、いつもは必死なふりしてほどほどで遊んでるけど。
I wanted to play with you always, so I've taken it easy and pretended to be in a pinch. I've always taken it easy and pretended to be in a pinch. Lambda Delta held the completo above her head and peered at it.
私、本当はどうしようもなく強いのよ。
But the truth is, I'm just impossibly strong.
ごめんね。
Sorry. Then, she pressed the completo to her pink lips. You're gonna vor her? Gave it a light kiss and bit down. Ah!
ベルの味がしない。
Too much information! This doesn't taste like burn. Lambda Delta licked her fingertips. Of course she's into vor. They both are. This is a lot. Lambda Delta licked her fingertips and turned to face the empty air behind her. And so is Eva with cats, apparently. Like, we're learning a lot about people today.
知ってたわ。
I already knew.
愛しいラムダ。
My beloved Lambda.
愛してるわ、ベル。
Oh, I love you too, Burn.
嘘よ。
Liar.
あんたがいつだって私に本気じゃないって知ってたわ。
You're never serious with me, and I always knew it.
じゃあ。
Now this is what I've wanted this whole game from these guys. In that case,
本当に愛し合いましょうよ。
let's show our love for real.
お互い本気で。
With both of us serious.
ああ、愛してるわ。ラムダデル。
Oh, I do love you, Lambda Delta.
嬉しいわ。本当に嬉しいわ。
I'm happy. So happy.
愛してるわ、ベルンカスティ。
Oh, I do love you, Burn Castle.
あなたを飴玉に変えて、永遠に私の舌の上で可愛がってあげる。
I'll turn you into candy and cuddle you with my tongue forever.
どちらが勝っても私たちは愛し合えるのね。
So no matter who wins, we can keep on loving each other.
それって本当に素敵だわ。
That's wonderful.
本当に素敵。
Just wonderful.
さ
Okay,
あ、愛し合いましょうよ。
let's show our love right now. With a crash, crack lines appeared across the sky of the Golden Land. Then, finally, the barrier of the Golden Land was breached by the fleet's assault. It was a bizarre scene, more ridiculous than anything anyone had imagined. The sky of the Golden Land shattered like glass, and a fleet of sailboats flew in one after another. They were crowded with goats pushing each other and spilling off the sides. Come, let us begin.
黄金鏡の最後の宴を。
The final banquet in the Golden Land. Banquet. That wasn't some fancy metaphor, but a simple statement of fact. Too much more. Welcome. Dun, 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 dun. We'll have to re-upload all of those files or transfer them from my laptop. Ah, okay. That wasn't some fancy metaphor, but a simple statement of fact. The overwhelming surge of goat troops came in like a tsunami. The residents of the Golden Land who stood defiantly were like a forgotten sandcastle on a beach. fight. A fight between a wave and a sandcastle is not a fight. For the voracious, merciless goats now storming the food at a standing buffet, this was a feast. Gun! Natsuhi with a gun! Rolling up with my bitches, Natsuhi with a gun! This image is incredible. I love this image so much. So be it. Kill them all! Good. Good. She's armed and dangerous. Come, goats. Bring destruction to all that has form, stillness to all that moves. Despair to all who live! All those who could use magic fired it off at once. The shout like a thunderclap, the goat tsunami rushed forward. Everything collided at once, and there was a brilliant and terrible explosion. Sparks and smoke, flying splinters and screams. For just an instant, the fierce magical cannonballs fired by Beato, Virgilia, and the Chester sisters seemed to halt the goat tsunami in its tracks. However, their numbers were so great that they didn't even flinch. The goat wave pressed forward, over the corpses of those who had been blasted away or fallen to their knees in weariness. The mound of corpses piled up, and still more goats were shot down as they tried to cross it. So that before long, it really was tall enough to be a tsunami. Pitiful!
あなたが築き上げてきた黄金鏡など浜辺に子供が残した砂の城に過ぎない。
This golden land you've built is nothing more than a sandcastle some kid left on a beach.
飲み込まれて消えてしまえ!
Now be swallowed by the waves! The end of Kingdom Hearts 3. You spoiled it! I never played Kingdom Hearts 3! Oh no! Perhaps you would do better to think of ripples beating meaninglessly against a cliff. A sandcastle getting swallowed by a wave? Just you try swallowing my castle! The towers. I was waiting for this. I'm starting to think of the battle with Virgilia and Beato. Beato lifted her hands, telling the pair of battle towers that had been hidden deep in the ground that the day of their glory had come again. The goat tsunami looked up at it in shock. After all this time, the tsunami that towered over everything wasn't them. Yeah, the guns, let's go. Open fire! A thunderstorm of rapid-fire ballista rounds rained down from the battle tower gun ports. Now I need to figure out which of the characters is Donald casting Zeta Flare. The goats... I did hear about that meme. The goats let out a confused scream as the furious tempest that was bearing down at them. However, they saw something else, too. I forgot about Smothered Mate! Virgilia, let's go! In the sky, high above the tower, there was a reaper astride a divine horse and backdropped by the moon, with a massive spear the size of a tower in its hand. He summoned Odin. The next words came not from the reaper, but from the great witch seated behind it. Return home. This world does not belong to you. Do it, master! The heavenly spear pierced the ground. For an instant, it looked like some divine tower was sticking out of the ground. However, that was the very last thing those eyes ever saw. The sacred spear was the embodiment of heaven's wrath, and the strength to bury an unhallowed city in a single stroke was unleashed upon the pack of goats. With a massive explosion that resembled a volcanic eruption, goats were sent flying all over the place. Eva with her gun. Not bad. I guess they really are witches. But is it enough? The enemies keep on coming. It looks like we'll be the ones swallowed up after all. PDA with her gun. She's like, I got this. At least you two seem to be enjoying yourselves. Festivals are made to be enjoyed. It seems our time to shine shall not be stolen from us after all. Looks like it. I'm all fired up. Yes. The crowd of goats truly was like a wave pressing in from the sea. You might be able to spot a ripple on the beach with your feet, but you cannot split the sea. However, witches are those who do so nonetheless. Of course, that meant the other side also had one who could split apart the sea. Suddenly, smoke poured from one of the two battle towers, and it began to crumble, shaking the ground as it collapsed. What the hell happened? Over there. On top of the other tower. Erika! But of course, I should have expected your turn would come. On top of the other battle tower, Erika stood gracefully, wielding her scythe. I think that's enough to show the witches of the Golden Land proper respect. All magic is fake. A fantasy sandcastle that will always vanish when mystery swallows it up. Playing witches was pretty fun. I think I remember playing something like this with some older girls from the neighborhood when I was younger. So let's bring this to an end. Now it's time to hear your screams. Erika threw that pretentious pirate hat she had been wearing this whole time into the sky. With the moon behind it, Erika's form, her afterimage, vanished from the tower's peak. Where is she? We have her on radar. On the side of the tower. Shaking with a wild... Oh my god. Look at her. We got the anime big scene going. She's fucking it up here. Damn. They're really pulling out all the stops for the final battle. Shaking with a wild, joyous laughter, Erika dashed straight down the side of the tower. She twirled her scythe like a gymnast baton, dicing up the wall. Gun ports, pillars, and everything else as she ran, leaving a trail of smoke behind her. Damn, the CG. So, from the sidelines, it looked as though a line of smoke had suddenly split the tower from top to bottom. The golden arrows of the Chester sisters chased after Erika like golden threads in a sewing machine. You monster! Get yourself sewed and Even the golden arrows couldn't catch up with Erika. Finally, Erika reached the bottom of the battle tower.
Get yourself turned into a Fumo Fumo, yeah.
Finally, Erika reached the bottom of the battle tower, and the golden bows ejected empty cartridges. Explode, useless tower! Did I get that right? Erika, who now landed on the ground, slowly stood up and tapped the tower behind her with the handle of the scythe. Wow. That tiny tap cut the final string that held the tower together, and the whole thing fell in on itself with an earth-shattering crash. Once again, the dark tsunami rumbled forward through the rubble and smoke. I am Furudo Erika, Witch of Truth. This moment marks the dismantling of the Golden Land by the truth. What? Erika destroyed 2 towers? Yeah? This was the other tower. But what? Dust to dust, illusions to illusions. You don't get to fucking say that. That's Will's line. I'll end your daydream for you. That's Virgilia's fucking line. Shut up. Come, try to remember, you specters of the past. Remember how you died so long ago. Wait. Oh, I see what you're saying, Dan. Oh no. Erika. Oh no! Holy shit. The goat tsunami swallowed everything up. Erika, you plagiarizer. But if it's the 90s, you know, that's a little before when she saw them sink under the Black Sea of the goats. Erika, you can't do that. You can't do 9/11. Oh my god. When she saw them sink under the Black Sea of goats, Erika guffawed from atop the debris of the tower. Come on now, kill them, massacre them all! Cut off all their heads and stick them on spears! All the conspiracy theories were wrong. It was Erika the whole time. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure a lot of Erika fans are the kind of people who are like, jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Little did they know it was their god all along. Ghosts of 1986. The time has come for the raging whirlpool of truth to swallow you whole and erase you. So long! Alright, well that's a good place to stop. Angie's choice. Yeah, you know what? We'll finish this next Thursday. That'll be it, right? I mean, the way this is all getting all like, ooh, woo, exciting, woo, 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 is like, we are within spitting distance of the ending, aren't we? Yeah, I am a bit, I do like the song though. Oh my god, we did it! We hit 400 hours! Look! We hit 400 hours! Holy shit. Oh yeah, you agree in here. I've been feeling a little achy. And then next week, we'll do it. The end of everything. Prepare your tissues a lot. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm scared. Okay. Anyway. Don't get sick, Katie. I know, that's why I'm ending now. Oh, spooky. It's like it's starting to feel overwhelming. Next week, I'm going to finish the game. This is fucking wild. It's been so long, clearly. Right next to my face is playtime, 400 hours. It's been so long. This is... Oh my god. I'm going to finish it. And then there will be more side content to read, but I'm going to finish it. What in the world? Oh, kind of overwhelming. I'm gonna finish it. It's crazy. Crazy. Wow. Wow. Oh man! Nono's still streaming. Alright, well, I'll raid Nono, who is in a split fiction collab. So we can cozy up. Soon your nightwear will end. Oh Dan, how naive. Oh no. Okay. Raid, no. Oh yeah, you can hear the clickety clackety keys carnival on this PC. I'm on a PC, not a laptop. Oh. Waiter! More mechanical keyboard players, please. You sent a treat? Oh boy. What do you mean by that? I'm gonna despise the side content so- Oh, Dan's gonna despise the side content so much more. Oh, waiter! Oh no, what horrors are awaiting Dan? What? Oh, I put 2 L's in carnival. Fuck. Okay, let me try that again. I should just copy and paste like most. There we go. All right, thank you guys so much. I'm so glad to be back to streaming. I'll let you guys know what the heck I'm going to stream on Monday. That's my next one, right? Saturday. No, it's Saturday, isn't it? Oh my god, I don't even remember my own screenshots. Saturday morning. I'll be back Saturday morning. What I'm streaming will be a surprise, so look forward to it, and I'll see you guys Saturday morning. I'm back to multi-day per week streams. Let's go. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night.